A.J. Brown, Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, a lot of players impacted by today's news. We're going to break it all down and more. The Fantasy Football Show News Edition. Monday through Friday is a news show at 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday. That's how we do it here on the channel. So if you like news, if you like a every single day, Monday through Friday show, this is it. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the thumb up button. Let's do it live. Here's the intro. Get ready for a jam-packed phone session, super chat session, and news breakdown. It all begins now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever
Mars and Moon Man. But only 8 can be supernovas. I give you the 8 best picks in fantasy football.
They are the 8 supernovas. They are the 8 supernovas. The hateful 8 supernovas.
Hateful 13.
I'm looking at the 8 supernovas. Actually, it's 12. Actually, it's 13. The magnificent 13. 13.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates, locations on Earth and Jupiter.
So, a lot of amazing players on that in that list of 13. Ollie Gordon being one of my favorite players to draft right now, plain and simple.
The Moon Man, dropping loads in outer space.
Tesla has become a nice little snag as well. But probably the most hyped up player we got right now, period, on the channel. Well, Ollie Gordon is too. But this guy right here.
He's on a shuttle to Mars.
Well, this guy
Mars
too.
Man.
What I was trying to say is this guy right here, Tyler Warren.
Loads
magnificent monster, but
aimlessly in space.
Everybody loves Sigbuka now. This guy changed his number from number 9 to number 2, which is so fitting with what we've put on the board. We're like the Simpsons up in here.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
E squared.
Triple H and Associates, locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Emeka E squared, double E to the second power. We've been talking about that on the board the whole time. It's so crazy. He changed to the number 2. And those people that have those number 9 jerseys are allowed to swap those out. So we'll talk about that and more. Actually, I got it right here if you want to see it. Look at this. He looks good in the 2. I got to admit, I love the 9, but he looks good in the 2. It's very fitting. And swap your jerseys out if you've got them. That's got to suck, though. You just bought your jersey. Now you gotta go swap it out. This news we broke down earlier. We got a Jaylen Warren contract extension, 2-year deal, pays him $7 million in an upgrade with $12 million guaranteed. And this is a tough piece of news if you're a Caleb Johnson supporter. Caleb Johnson's stock is going down. It was already in flux with me, but that's certainly a piece of news I think that Caleb Johnson owners are probably not liking right now. Now, Warren's no guarantee to start games like consistently all year or even necessarily be anything more than in a 50-50 timeshare, but there's so many components here not to like. Arthur Smith, the fact that Arthur Smith didn't even understand his own running back crew over in Atlanta, the fact that Bijan Robinson wasn't even his goal line back, wasn't even his second goal line back. He was 3rd in the pecking order. The guy doesn't know the rotation or the right rotation in his running back room, and so to expect this to be any different is wild, especially after a contract extension. Caleb Johnson is definitely not a player I want to own in 2025 and beyond. Devon Achane, who has been dealing with a calf injury, is returning to practice today and is on track to play Sunday. We still have a lot of things we got to get through roadblocks before we know for sure if Devon Achane is good to go. So know that, as much as I believe that he's probably fine and it's a precautionary type of thing, but it is still something that we need to monitor and stay on top of, and make sure that you have Ollie Gordon. If you don't have Ollie Gordon, your mom is ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you. And we basically told you that that is a must and a no-go situation if you're not cuffing the most probably valuable or second most valuable, at least most valuable, tied maybe with Charbonnet in fantasy. This is the best cuff potentially. This is the best standalone grab in Charbs. He's proven he can be top 5 to 10 running back material. And he's kind of like on his way to potentially overtake. So that's why he ranks 1, because he can actually be the running back 1 in this situation without an injury striking. And so that leaves him to 1. But in terms of like the actual traditional handcuff, there is no more valuable handcuff than Ollie Gordon. And if you own Achane without him, it's a travesty, an absolute travesty. And you've been warned. So you got to get on the ringer and trying to figure out if you can make a deal. But I'm not worried that Achane is specifically going to miss time. I'm not saying that. It's just it comes down to the combo is the safest running back in fantasy football. The combo of Achane and Ollie Gordon is similar to what people wanted the Garendo and Christian McCaffrey situation to be. Remember when everybody'd say Smitty, but you could just cuff him. Why are you against Christian McCaffrey this year? All indications are he looks pretty good and he's healthy and he's be back to form. And you could just cuff him. Can you? Probably not. Even right now, to Brian Robinson Jr. might seem like you can cuff Christian McCaffrey, but you can't. You got Isaac Garendo, who's 10 times the talent and ability that Brian Robinson Jr. is, but Garendo is not in favor right now of his head coach. So we are looking at a Brian Robinson Jr. backup situation, but we don't know what that looks like. We don't know how long he would last in this offense. They clearly injure every one of the running backs. This is the safest running back in fantasy football when you really, really break it down. If you've got Achane and Gordon, you're almost guaranteed flex play right here, even with this man starting every single game and being a top 5 running back. If Achane's a top 5 running back, Ollie Gordon still can be a top 12 to 15 running back. And that's his floor. That's his floor if all goes well for Achane. Now, the situation, if it does go awry in some way, and we have Achane get safely abducted by aliens and return to us safely the next season, let's just say that happened, this guy would go to heights we can't even imagine. We can't even close our eyes and picture. I mean, bedtime stories are told to our kids about this situation, and it's a fable right now. This is like the Chupacabra. This might be the Chupacabra right here. We might give him the official name, the Chupacabra. This guy is coming for everybody's nightmares. There are nightmares and stories told. People can't sleep at night because they hear about this man coming for them at the end zone, just driving the football into the end zone 12, 15 times potentially, even with this man fully healthy. In a part-time role, this guy could win a league in the flex spot. And if something were to happen, the Chupacabra would go straight into the lineup and he would score touchdown after touchdown, 12 to 15 scores, 100 total yards a game. This guy would explode. Best cuffing situation in football, plain and simple. And I hope that you have it cuffed. If you don't, it's gonna be a rough season for you. And even if Achane's balling out, just watching this guy going, damn, this is the Mostert. This is the Mostert situation all over again. And that's great for Achane. Achane's at his best when he has a Raheem Mostert scoring 10 plus touchdowns. This is not a negative for Achane. It's just it's a nice, wonderful 1-2 punch that could coexist and make Achane better, but it's such a security asset on the roster. We're going to hit this other piece of news here. Matthew Stafford is expected to play. Let me see if I can get Isaiah Likely. We'll talk about that in a second, actually. Let's go straight to the Matthew Stafford stuff. Matthew Stafford, according to his coach, Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford back is expected to start the Texans Week 1 contest. And, you know, there's not a lot of concern right now that he'll play, right? I'm not even concerned at all. The question is he hampered? And even if he is, let me just tell you something. This guy doesn't know any different than to play injured. And McVay is such a good scheme artist that they'll figure it out without it being costly or disadvantage to this roster in this Week 1 performance against a very, I think, look, anybody can win. Texas could win the game. This is the NFL. and they got a lot to prove. But this is a team with a sketchy offensive line. Quarterback never truly bounced back in Stroud, so I still doubt him right now. The running game's in shambles. The offensive line's in shambles, so now the shambled running game is going to now be in further in shambles. And so it's all about trying to support Stroud's confidence level right now. And there'll be a lot of Nico Collins for sure. They'll be throwing the ball. But I think that the Rams are going to control the clock. I think the Rams are going to run the damn ball. And I think they're going to keep defenses honest enough, even with Stafford being a little bit limited and a little bit probably not as spry. And probably could wear down and get tired throughout a game if he's throwing. Problem is the defense can't do a single thing about it. It doesn't matter if you know that his back is sore. It doesn't matter if you know he's playing with a one hand handcuffed to his ankle. The fact that he's got Puka Nacua and also Devontae Adams, two of the best short yardage artists in the league. These guys are craftsmen at the short game. And so what are you going to do? Oh, we'll just make them carve us up. Like if Stafford can't throw, let's say you knew as a defensive scheme architect, and you're sitting there going, okay, we know Stafford can't throw consistently 50 plus yards down the field, maybe 40 yards down the field. He could do it once or twice every couple plays. Sure, he still could throw. They actually showed Stafford in practice throwing footballs down the field pretty effortlessly, but it wasn't like he was doing it over and over and over. He's doing all kinds of throws, right? So, yeah, can he walk out there and throw 40-yard bombs all game long? No, he probably gets tired. But the fact is, you can, even if you know that, what are you going to do? Say, give him the short stuff. Give him the short stuff. He's going to knife you up. He's going to say, Puka, take this. Devontae Adams, take this. Now, Kyren, take this. And Kyren's ripping 5 yards off a pop. There's a big difference, though, I will say, that in a Kyren Williams with Matthew Stafford on the field and with Matthew Stafford not on the field. We're talking about a difference of a 5.0 yards per carry, explosive running back, one of the most explosive running backs in the league. And if Stafford's not in the game, and let's say it's Jimmy Garoppolo for 1 week until they replace him with Stetson Bennett, whatever the case may be, then we're talking about a 4.1 to 4.2 yard per carry running back. And then you have people saying, he's not explosive. This is one of the least explosive running backs according to the data. I'm a data Donnie. And I'm looking at my spreadsheet right now. Hey, Excel sheet, Eric, what do you think of this? I think according to this data, I don't watch a single lick of football, but this data's not looking good. Doesn't look explosive to me. You're right on that one, Stevie boy. This is some of the most ridiculous conversations I see taking place, brainwashing the viewers of the channels that watch it, where they say that this guy's not an explosive running back. He's not explosive according to last year's data when he averaged 4.1 to 4.2 yards per carry. He wasn't explosive because his offensive line was injured. He wasn't explosive because he was facing 8-man front after 8-man front over and over and over. You do pretty bad as well. Then how did he have 14 TDs? How did he continue to shove the ball into the end zone? Well, brute force, Smitty. Well, yeah, but even so, you have such a shamble situation. How are you doing this? The year prior, he had 12 touchdowns rushing in 12 games. Then he brings the Thunder after that 5.0 yard per carry 2 years ago. Last year, 1 year ago, brings that 14 touchdowns and that real slow 4.1, 4.2 abusive yard per carry average. Yes, no one wants that. And I'm telling you right now that he is averaging 4.1 to we'll call it 4.3 yards per carry if in fact Stafford, if Stafford is injured. If Stafford is out, that is what we're getting. Staff is out. If Staff is out, boom, we're getting this 4.1 yard per carry running back. If Stafford is in, or Stetson Bennett is actually the real deal, which is a possibility, but we can't bank on that right now. We're going to say if Stetson Bennett is the man with the master plan, or Stafford's on the field, even slightly slow, rolled out, he's not fully 100%, but he's able to knife up the defense, and he will be. We're talking about a 5.0 yard per carry running back. And one of the most explosive running backs. Oh, the Data Donnies are back. Let's just hear it now. I can see it now. You know, Kyren's pretty explosive. Yeah, did you see that? 5.0 yards per carry. my data is a data. It's exploding. My data sheet, my Excel sheet actually caught on fire. It caught on fire because this man is a marvel. He's a 5.0 yard per carry, explosive touchdown marvel. And he just got his contract extension. So now he's been paid. Check. He's averaged 5.0 yards per carry before. Check. He continues to over and over and over rush for 12 TDs or more every season. Check. And you have problems or concerns or questions with Kyren Williams' second to third round ADP? That is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Kyren is a marvel. A marvel. He's 7 or 8 feet tall. We all know this, but people continue to say he's too small. He'll get injured. Well, he got paid. Oh, they drafted other running backs. He got paid. Well, this is the year where they don't give him all the work. That doesn't happen. Sean McVay loves him. Sean McVay treats him like his child. Sean McVay feeds him the damn ball. And Devontae Adams mixed with Puka Nacua, mixed with this guy even hampered, is going to be nothing but open, wide rushing lanes for him over and over and over. He will have more wide open rushing lanes than he's ever had in 2025. The A gap's wide open. The B gap's wide open. It's not like before. Kyren might average more than 5 yards per carry, this explosive monster.
He's Kyren, he's 7 feet tall, and he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyren, he can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdowns.
So that is good news. Stafford, Puka, Adams, Kyren, the Rams offense, good to go. Now we'll address, the risk levels coming out of week 1 based on what we see. But as of right now, it's looking damn good on the Rams front with all the players that are involved with this situation. Just a great situation across the board. Let's see if we have other piece of news here to go over. We have the Isaiah Likely situation. Now, this is an interesting case here. A lot of people are just kind of ignoring him and, I don't know, saying something like this is a situation where Isaiah Likely is not draftable, or I'm just going to ignore the reality of that this guy comes back and is a monster. This could be one of the midseason monster players that's expected to just not be around anymore because he's having surgery. People are forgetting that his surgery really put him on track to miss maybe a couple games. There's a chance. I mean, the reports are he did not practice, all these different things. Well, guess what? 2, 3, 4 weeks from now, he'll be one of the hottest commodities on the waiver wire board. And so for that reason, we got to swing on over to the waiver wire board and make sure he's added and he becomes potentially the top waiver wire option on the board for the tight end position, because he is not being drafted in many situations, which didn't feel like it was going to be the case necessarily. Let me move all these guys down. Ben Sinnott is still somebody to monitor the hell out of, because this is a guy that Adam Peters, the scouting marvel in Washington, that identified, like your boy JD5, identified Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, all these fantastic prospects, and he did it in San Francisco. Identified George Kittle. Ben Sinnott is his George Kittle. Ben Sinnott is his George Kittle. Now Isaiah Likely, let me grab this right here. I'll have to change the. Oh, actually, I'll change the color on this one. We'll take Sanders, and we'll put this one up here. No, Sanders is not the top tight end option. Let me just change this out. This is going to be Isaiah Likely. I didn't think that he'd go as undrafted as he's going, just because people don't have roster spots. I get it, but this is somebody we're going to have to monitor the hell out of, and just say, like, if he's available, likey, pick up. Hold on, if you're searching for him, I gotta correct the spelling. Likely, there we go. Isaiah Likely, top waiver wire preemptive pickup right now, according to the data. And some cases you can IR spot him, and some cases you can't. Depends on the strictness of the IR rules in your league. But this is a guy that needs to be monitored. And keep in mind that the team was about to give him an extension, a big fat extension. He's the future of the tight end room in Baltimore, and I don't think that's changed because he's missing a couple games. So we'll monitor how long that could be, how many games will it be, what will it look like a week from today. We'll take a look at that as we go. Tyreek Hill expected to play week 1 against the Colts. This is a weird situation. It just gets it gets weirder and weirder. And honestly, you might be on board this train. I'm not, and it's not that I don't think it could work out. Like, I'm trying to give you a probability and number of likelihood that this guy delivers a value that returns his 2-3 turn investment cost of entry. I would say that there's maybe even a 30% chance that it happens. It could be even higher than that, but it's still not a great number. That's not what you want to hear. If I came to you and said, hey, nice Tyreek Hill pick at the 26 overall, Stevie, what's the likelihood, Smitty, that'll work out? Probably 30%. There's still a solid chance. I mean, you flip a coin 10 times, 3 times, 30%. And then Stevie goes, 30%? That's awful. Yeah, it is. Why did you take him? It could work out, but why not grab the safer player? Like, even Lab McConkey or somebody else at that territory is just much, much safer. Hampton, you think Tyreek Hill is going to outscore Hampton on the year? You think Tyreek Hill is going to avoid injury? He's 30 years old. The hamstrings have been firing off at 1,000% for years. He's doing extracurricular racing activities. He moved the bunk beds, more room for activities. Not good. Not good. Stay home. Play Madden. Play yourself in Madden. Go work out. Don't go race everybody and their mother and put your hamstrings at just risk every single step. He's out there trying to prove he's found the fountain of youth. And the truth is, we don't even know why he didn't get the ball last year. You could blame it on the wrist. He wasn't healthy. Doesn't matter. He didn't even get thrown to the degree he should have. So there's a whole lot more going on. He's pissed off all of his teammates. They don't want to play with him. And at some point, he's probably getting traded. And that's just the reality of that situation. Now, if the Miami Dolphins have huge success on the ground and they don't even have Tyreek Hill producing well, they still might trade him. But they could keep him. But we have to overcome the obstacle of last year he didn't get the ball, even when people say it was his injury, but his injury didn't prevent him from getting open. And Tua Tagovailoa, one hit, and this guy, vanishes from the earth. There's so many red flags. There's so many reasons to say, yeah, could it all line up? Yeah, it could, but why don't I just take a player like Hampton? Why don't I just take, is anybody wanting this guy over House Call Hendy?
Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby.
How?
Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby.
Drop a house call Hendy emoji, please. I want nothing but Hendy emojis for 30 straight seconds. 30 straight seconds. There should be no reason for any other messages for 30 seconds. Nothing but house call Hendy emojis, please. Or Supernova applies. Who's taking Tyreek over house call Hendy? Who? Tell me the man. Tell me the man, and I'll show you a novice. I'll show you a casual. So at the end of the day, what it comes down to is cost of entry. It's too high. Doesn't matter what he does. Doesn't matter how much you like him. Doesn't matter if it could work out. It's not about that. It's not about that. Do you buy a $300,000 house for $400,000 tomorrow when it was appraised for $300,000? And just because you think it could be worth $500,000? Well, why not buy it at the cost of entry? That makes sense. No, people aren't doing that. They're buying Tyreek Hill on nostalgia. And a lot of things you're going to have to work out for that to work out for you. Tyreek Hill, that's already on the screen. Let me see. I'm going to go to the Super Chats in 1 second. Thank you all for dropping those Super Wads on screen. AJ Brown was not listed on the injury report Monday. Look, let me just tell you one thing. This doesn't really mean that he's healthy. Sirianni, the Eagles, are the worst injury report in the game. This is the worst injury report in terms of accuracy or knowing what's going on in the game. But this is good news. This is better than him not, than still being listed with an issue. But this is one of those injury reports where it's like, A.J. Brown is not listed on the injury report walking into the game, and then on Monday morning, he's back on the injury report with the same injury that he never got over. Who knows? Hamstring injuries are concerning for an older player, and he's getting older. His body's getting, he's been taking on a lot of mileage, and he's constantly having knee cleanups, and half the time we don't even hear about it until a month after when he's already recovered from it. So there's just a lot of inherent injury risk here. The guy I really like this year a lot, I think he could be potentially a league winner, is his counterpart, Devontae Smith. And this is a player that I believe we undervalue year in and year out. And I do it too. I admit that during the entire offseason, I have not loved drafting Devontae Smith. I've drafted him in like 3-4 recent drafts, and it might feel like that's bias kicking in, but I don't have a desire to trade him. And so it truly is an unbiased take of when I'm getting him on my roster, I'm feeling really confident as to what I'm getting. And the fact that this guy is more of an injury risk every game that he plays, just because of the knee injuries and other reasons. And he's not the most efficient, he's the most efficient wide receiver, not the most high volume wide receiver in an offense where we've got a little bit of a concern of, can Hurts throw the ball a ton? He can't. I mean, he was super inaccurate last year. They won the Super Bowl. Everybody's glossing over the fact that the passing attack had some struggles. And so if this guy misses time, this is similar to the Aldi Gordon situation. If A.J. Brown misses significant time, Devontae Smith goes to the moon. He goes to the absolute moon, just skyrockets.
To the moon.
Straight shuttle pass, fast pass to the moon. And if he doesn't, well, that's okay, because he'll be flush with what you paid. You'll get what you paid. Devontae Smith, all of the risk is baked in. All the upside is hidden in the value. And I really, really, really do like Devontae Smith this year. And I'm starting to really get a sense that nobody wants to draft him. Nobody wants to draft Devontae Smith. Nobody wants to trade for Devontae Smith. He's still a spry young man that's got super insane skill set that is not always highlighted or maximized. And it's not maximized because this man is a efficient. He doesn't have oversaturated volume, but an efficient hog, and he's like a magnet. And so if he's out of the way, this guy's going to the moon. He's one of the craftiest wide receiver threes. I don't want to say he's the number 2, and you sometimes have to draft him there. But if you can slip this guy into your wide receiver 3 spot, figure out a way to trade on the low, it's a really, really safe maneuver, and he gives you a ton of upside. So I'm not saying that A.J. Brown struggles with injury all year. He's just a player that in the second round, if that's where he's going to go, again, there's so many safer players. It's not about hating A.J. Brown. It's not about thinking A.J. Brown can't do it. It's not about A.J. Brown can't be a top 5 wide receiver. He certainly can. There's just a lot of risk that comes along with this situation that's tied to Jalen Hurts. It's tied to him having to be ultra efficient, and he does do it most years, be ultra efficient. He continues to do that, but at some point that might slow as he gets older or suffers a couple knee injuries. Then without the volume, getting cut even more, it's going to be hard for him to be that efficient, and then all of a sudden the numbers stop coming in. So just something to think about as you walk into the remaining part of the season. Let me see if I've got the rest of this news. We got Najee Harris said he's ramping up when asked if he'll play Friday. This is one of those, we want to gloss over this and say this is nothing, but it's a reminder that there still is a potential Harbaugh doesn't give you as much Hampton as you want initially. I think Hampton fully has a takeover. There's no doubt in my mind that Hampton is the future. He's an HHH, an associate player, but there's a reason why we like Hendy a little more this year. I think that there just is a potential of unveiling this situation, much like the Chase Brown last year, where it's weeks 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting a lot of what we want. Are we getting all of what we want? At some point, it's full takeover mode. It could happen right away. And he's definitely got more of a kung fu grip, as we've said all offseason. He's not getting his job back. And you could have said he might have had an edge on Hampton when Hampton first arrived, because they brought him in, they paid him, He's got veteran leadership. He's probably going to get some goal line work. And then when he played with fireworks, caused this situation for himself, Hampton took full control. Now, Najee's trying to grab some of it back. He's only going to grab so much of it back. But will it be enough to say Hendy's going to outperform, get more volume than Hampton? I think so. But at the same time, we still love all of the HH and Associates. But there is a reason why, from the beginning of this board,
In a jam,
he was
call
trying to
HH
become a
and
partner.
Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and
The
Jupiter.
original partners are on the screen with Hendy at the center of this association. So, and then of course Ibuka Associates coming in strong to top it off. And we even thought maybe Tyler Warren might make an appearance, but I don't want to ruin or make this not have as much of an impact. But we keep adding to this, and it's becoming more and more magnificent. This board, I will say, we haven't diluted anything, but I want to be careful not to. So right now, that's the board. HHH and Associates. Love this kid. But this is something to think about when you're deciding between Hendy and Hampton. It's just like, okay, there's a little bit of a difference between the two. And as I've said with Hendy, and people may not want to believe me or not, I'm going to get to the super chats in 1 second. Hendy's the most secure running back maybe in the league a year from today. The volume for him is going to be the most secure. This is Christian McCaffrey volume. This is Jahmyr Gibbs volume. This is volume that you can't take away because of his ties to pass pro, and that he's one of the best, if not the best, pass pro running back. The pass protection's baked into this guy. He's out there to protect Drake May. He's out there to protect Drake May in terms of pass protection, but also as a safety net for dump offs and screens. And this guy's going to get May out of trouble so many times that we'll stop being able to count it all. And so he's valuable to his offense. This will be the most valuable player maybe in the National Football League outside of Bijan and Gibbs and Genty. They're going to all be in a rotation. Most valuable player in the league to his team. And I think it will be true. You take Genty off of the Raiders, they still could move the ball. And they've got Bowers, so you could say that this guy's more important to his team than even Genty is for his team. I think if you take Bijan out of that offense, you still got London, you still got Pitts, you still got a way to move the ball, Penix Jr.'s arm. But obviously Bijan is super valuable. You take Jahmyr Gibbs out of the Lions, they still got Amon-Ra St. Brown, J-Mo, Laporta, so there's still a lot of weapons. You take this guy off of his team, and it's night and day different. And so the fact that he's so secured in protecting Drake May on different levels, multiple facet and levels of this thing, from pass protection to then also being that best receiver on the roster. This is the best receiver on the roster. This guy might very well catch 70-plus footballs in 2025. 70-plus receptions. He is the safety mechanism. He is the number one wide receiver on the roster. He's the dump off recipient, just waiting to save Drake May from getting smashed, protecting Drake May, blocking for Drake May, then running a route after he blocks for Drake May. This guy is so valuable. House call Hendy. I want more house call Hendy emojis. He's going to mother freaking Jupiter.
To Jupiter.
And his stock's going up by the day, and everybody's getting on board the train. But guess what? The train doors are closed. You can hang on the back of the caboose if you want. We'll drag you, but we're not letting you on the train any longer because we created the train. And everybody else wants to pretend that they did. They didn't. This has been a Hendy environment from the start. Did we have Juwan Jennings? Cav was seen practicing Monday. I have a real bad feeling about that, Cav. But he's running. Look, the holdout, the Cav, the likelihood of Juwan Jennings an injury is just astronomically high. Liam Cohen said that the coaching staff is still evaluating Travis Hunter's usage for week 1. I love this because this creates a negative narrative. And I like negative narratives with players that we love, especially those that are on the HHH and Associate board.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Keep doubting him. Keep doubting him. I hope you keep doubting him. Travis Hunter to the moon. And even if, let's say he got, I know everyone's worried about his usage constantly, even though Cohen said it's 80%, 80%, 80%. Even if it's not in week 1. Let's say they're still saying 80% is the goal. It's going to take 2 weeks to get there, whatever, because we're going to run him out there on defense. We're giving him his wish. He's going to play both sides of the ball. So we're going to ramp those up. Week 4, he should be where he wants to be. Doesn't matter. Like, do you think they're running this kid out on the field to run a fake go route to be a distraction? Or are they bringing him onto the field to get the ball in his hands, most likely? You know, that's it's so funny to me that people think that even a 60% Travis Hunter, let's just say, worst case scenario, the Liam Cohen's wrong. Everybody's been wrong. He's been wrong. He thought it would be more. It's not. It's going to be 60%. BTJ played 80% of the snaps last year. So even if he's at a 60% capacity, he's going to be on the field. They're going to get him the ball. They're not going to say, put Travis Hunter in the game. Let's wear him out and not get him the ball. They're going to be like, hey, put Travis Hunter in the game. Let's get him the freaking ball. We'll throw a little misdirection here and there. Sure. You know, they think it's going to be Travis Hunter, and then they throw to BTJ wide open down the field, and they're like, defense gets tricked. Sure. They're, of course, going to do a lot of, potential misdirection. But Hunter's going to be utilized when he goes out there, or they wouldn't necessarily put him out there. He's going to have at least 5 or 6 receptions no matter what. And then that translates, and it ends up becoming a 1,000-yard receiver, even if it was at a 1090 or 1,100 even, or we'll just call it 1010. He gets 10. Travis Hunter. Let's put Travis Hunter on screen here. Let me move. Hendy, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to move you aside, but for right now, my man, let's say Travis Hunter gets 82 receptions for 10. And it's not what let's even say this is 73. And let's say this is 6 to 7 touchdowns. And if you don't think he's scoring 6 receiving touchdowns, I got a bridge to sell you. So this is what, the bottom of the barrel line is for me. And it's weird because the platforms are saying like 700 yards and 5, and then they're ranking him as like number 4 overall. And people are like, Smitty, do I take him early? Well, if the platform's saying this and they're ranking him as the number 5 overall IDP player, and I'm saying he does this, what do you think he's going to do in the projections? Leapfrog way the hell up. But even if this was, let's just say this is a worst case scenario, 70 receptions, he's going to catch a bunch of short stuff. So that 70 is not. And let's say this is 999. 999. 70, 999, 6 TDs. Oh, what a disappointing season. Not really, because he's still going to have 200 rushing yards. He's still going to have probably 3 TDs on the ground. Sum total, this is a 9 touchdown wide receiver and about 1,200 yards and 70 receptions. This is still borderline top 12 wide receiver numbers when you, at the end of the day, add in these rushing numbers, which is another reason why T-Law doesn't have to be a top 5 wide receiver for this guy, Travis Hunter, who will utilize a lot of the rushing skill sets that he has to climb up and be an even better player, sum total, than people project. I am all in. I'm buying low, and you guys should buy on this advice. The stock in my mind is on the rise while people think it's on the low. Smitty approve. All buy low opportunities on Travis Hunter in advance.
You've just been Smitty approved.
And then the last piece of news here, and then we go straight to the super chats. $20 haulers will get immediate attention. I think this is the last piece of news. No, that was Stafford. We already got that one. I think we're all caught up on the news. A lot of news today, a lot of impacting news, a lot of stuff that's very positive for all of us here on the Fantasy Football show in the community here. And so let's attack these super chats in order in which they were received from the $20 haulers and down. The first $20 hauler we have is, let's see here. Let me find them. The first $20 hauler is from Sports. Appreciate you, Sports. I got you on screen here. Thank you very much for that super chat. I'll give you your celebration here in 1 second. We got this $50 hauler from Wild Bill coming in strong with the 50-watt. Bill, you're the man, the myth, the legend. Bill to the mother freaking moon.
$50. Give me $50 holler.
Bill, you still here? I'm sure. Sports, you're still here. Let me handle these super chats in order in which they're received. Thank you very much for dropping those, you monsters, you. Let me see if I have any others. I think there was another super chat that was 20. There's a couple of them here. We got 5 right here with the super chat. Thank you with that 20. We've got Josh over here with the $20 hauler. Josh, thank you very much, young man, for that one. Let me drop that on screen. And I got to tip my glasses down because these blue light blockers block the colors. And so I can't see these different $20 hauler colors. So bear with me real quickly. And then we've got this one. Thank you very much, my boy. We got this $20 hauler from DJ. DJ, thank you so much for that, my young man. And then, yeah, that's it for right now. And then I'll go through the rest of the super chat. So let's hit the $50 hauler from Wild Bill first. Wild Bill, appreciate you, young man. We're going to take you on over to the High Roller Lounge, my guy. Thank you very much. My Fantasy Brothers, if you want to win your league and or win money on Underdog, listen to Smitty. He's our coach and our mentor. Now let's let him cook. Thank you. Appreciate that. And what he's talking about on Underdog, if you don't know, Underdog promo code Smitty. They'll match your first deposit 50%. Minimum's only $10. Wild Bill is the man, the myth, the legend. Wild Bill, I appreciate that amazing endorsement by you. And minimum of $10 will be drafting tonight on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. They'll match your first deposit 50%. Please click this link. It's in the description of the video. The link's being dropped right now. And then I'll pin said link in the live chat right this very second so that you guys can access this throughout the stream. Sign up in time and not miss out on being a part of glory tonight as we draft in week 1 fantasy football best ball drafts on Underdog. Absolutely fantastic. I love doing the weekly contests on Underdog. They're amazing. This one here from DJ. DJ says, any move should I make? 10-man, 4-man bench. Starters are Hurts, Ladd, Bijan, Bucky, Hawkinson, Garrett Wilson, McMillan. Bench is Igbuka, Jaylen Warren, Golden, Golden, and Ollie Gordon. Thank you. No, thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Igbuka won in the lineup. I'm probably starting Igbuka over McMillan and Garrett Wilson, by the way. So you're putting one of those guys on the bench. Now, do I start Garrett Wilson or McMillan? I don't know. I think there's an argument to be made that this week the matchup doesn't call for Garrett Wilson over McMillan. So maybe you're going McMillan and Igbuka. I think Garrett Wilson and Igbuka might be a tad safer. McMillan's a little bit higher risk, higher reward play. The matchup makes Garrett Wilson seem more risky, I know, but this is still, McMillan's still against Garrett Wilson's a tough call. Igbuka is not. I'm starting Igbuka. As far as like a trade or something, I guess you could potentially try and move 2 wide receivers for one, like a McMillan and Ladd for a major wide receiver upgrade makes sense. Bijan and Bucky, I'm not moving. Hawkinson, I honestly would trade down to Tyler Warren if you think that can get you into Tyler Warren, and maybe trade Jaylen Warren off the news today. Maybe trade Matthew Golden off of the hype recently. There's something to maybe potentially consolidating this wide receiver room, and then there's something to like just letting it be. The depth on your roster is not bad. I would probably say overall, I'm trying to get rid of Ladd and McMillan for one bigger, stronger player. And if I don't get that, I'm sitting tight and letting this group gain value because Ollie Gordon, Matthew Golden, Igbuka, McMillan, maybe not Garrett Wilson this week, which is why we might be benching him for these 2 receivers. Might not gain value this week, but everybody else should be gaining value. And any moves you make, you might be selling low. So I'm going to say get Buka in your lineup. And then, guys, would you start Ted McMillan or Garrett Wilson this week? Can you vote in the chat for our boy? And then we'll attack it. I think the buy low sell highs for your team coming out of week 1. You'll be one of those people. My starting running backs, thank you very much, RST, for the $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
That goes out to all of you. Let's do another for the whole group right here. Bunk bed style.
Super chat alert.
Thank you for the super chats. My starting running backs are Barkley, Henry. Should I cuff either? I think Keaton Mitchell's a must cuff. I think Shipley's pretty good too. I think the cuffs are dependent on your bench. Like, who do you cut? Diggs? Would I cut Diggs? I'd cut Diggs to cuff Keaton Mitchell. Absolutely. Would I cut May? Probably not if that's your only backup. Debo? Come on, get out of here. You're not cutting Debo. So probably Diggs for Keaton Mitchell. I think Keaton Mitchell's more important than Shipley. Because I think that if, let's say, Barkley went down, I don't think you get Shipley being as good as Keaton Mitchell would be if Henry went down. But Henry and Barkley both have a shot at getting banged up with the usage and their ages and everything. So definitely would cuff Keaton Mitchell. It's a great question. This one here, $20 hauler from 5. Appreciate you. Do I get Smitty approval? JD5, Bijan, Bucky, Hendo, Harvey, London, MHJ, Hunter. You do. I like this team a lot. Your running backs, your quarterback, the tripod, the quad pod. The Bucky, Bijan Hendo, and JD5 and Harvey, and especially if you can start Harvey. If you can't start Harvey, it's still great depth. But damn, man, if you've got the flex spot for that, that's a phenom right there. With 3 wide receivers, I couldn't be more excited about. I like this squad a lot. 8.0 easy.
You've just been Smitty approved.
We got Tet, Garrett Wilson, Tet. Looks like Tet's winning the vote on who to start. I think that the community is definitely going to want to start Igbukah, though. So that I can speak for the community on that. I'm almost positive. Can you please review my 12-man team? Yes, I can. Bo Nix, Drake May, and Penix. Love the QB room, actually. It's really, really solid. I assume it's one QB, though. Gibbs, Bucky, Bill. That's great. Gibbs and Bucky can't go wrong. Tracy's got good value to trade potentially, even if he has a good week 1, he'll be even more so. Love the fact you got Sharps and Krosky Merritt. London, Pickens, Sutton, Rice. Great team. And I say this not to discount Sutton because he's always so underrated. I admit it myself. But I definitely feel like I would try and move Sutton and potentially Bill right now. Or I wait for Sharps to gain value, and I do package that together to upgrade Sutton into BTJ, into Lab McConkey, into players around that territory. And, look, I like Sutton, but it is a nice opportunity for you. Mason goes off. You can do that. I like Rice, though. Yeah, at some point, Rice getting back in the lineup. I almost don't want to do too much because you're eventually going to have to sit the player you're trading for or Pickens. And so, like, what do you do there? I'd probably say, just be careful not to put yourself in a position where you're getting rid of all your depth for a player that you're just going to have to sit. But 6 weeks is important, and if you can get rid of Sutton and let's call it Bill right now and get a player that can produce massively for 6 weeks, you're going to be 5-1, 6-0. And then Rice comes back and you're firing off. Just make sure it's not hampering or touching the Bucky, the Gibbs, or the London. And really, I don't know if I want you trading Pickens either. Pickens had to upgrade at the right price, like Bill and Pickens for an upgrade, maybe. But I like Pickens a lot. Pickens is going to be very, very good this year. Smitty, should I trade Hawkinson for MHJ and Goddard? I probably would, yeah. Or do I hold? My wide receivers are Lamb, London, J-Mo, Diggs. Well, if you start all 3 of Lamb, London, and J-Mo, you don't need MHJ. But if you can start another additional player in your 2 flex spots, right, then I'm going to definitely make that trade. I don't believe that people should be walking away from the TJ Hawkinson opportunity to trade for a player that I would draft much higher in MHJ. Not to mention you can then swap MHJ out. So even if you couldn't start him, I still would probably do it because of the trade opportunities that would afford you. ASVP with a $20 hauler on screen, dropping that bad boy. $20 haulers get immediate attention, as you've noticed. I'm throwing these on screen first, but then I will hit the other ones immediately after. But that is just the nature of this. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but it's keeping the lights on. That's how we do it. It's how Dad did it. It's how America does it. Worked out pretty good so far. ASVP, appreciate you all 3 for your super chats.
Super chat alert.
All right. What do I do? Move to improve my team. 12-man, full PPR. Fields, Achane, Hampton, wide receivers, Collins, Devontae Smith, Harvey. We got 811 people in the building from YouTube. Please, all 811 of you, hit that thumb up button on the way in the door. Appreciate you all. What do I move to improve my team? 12-man, PPR, QB, Fields, Achane, Hampton, wide receiver, Nico, Devontae Smith, Flex, Harvey. Love this team. Kittle, bench, Igbukah. Love Buka. Sharps, Buka, doing it live. Absolutely.
Stock on the ride.
All those guys. I mean, look, it's crazy how many teams have Buka on the bench. And you got to get him in the lineup somehow. Devontae Smith, I'm probably starting Buka over Devontae Smith. Okay, so let's complete that. And I just went on a rampage of how much I like Devontae Smith. But you could trade Devontae Smith and maybe Hampton to upgrade Hampton. Go get a Bucky. Go get a Genty. Go do it live. Throw in a Tracy if you got to throw in Tracy. Sharps eventually might get you that trade. You're a candidate to maybe wait, though. If you can't pull off a Hampton and Devontae Smith for that Genty or Achane type of player, you got Achane already, Bucky, then you wait. you wait because it'll happen. Devontae Smith and Hampton for a Genty should happen for you at some point, especially if, let's say, Genty goes out and drops a 80-yard, no touchdown game. You could get him. People are really freak out Freddies after week 1. So we will attack it in week 1. Don't pull the trigger on something that's going to end up being something you regret because your players go up in value. You've got players that will go up in value. Hampton will only increase in value every game. Devontae Smith, I believe, will only increase in value every game. Harvey, I don't want to trade him, but I wanted Buka in your lineup. I probably put him in over Devontae Smith. Am I right on that, guys? Put Devontae Smith on the bench, put Buka in the lineup. Can I get an approval from the chat on that one? Great team. Don't be afraid to wait to make a trade. $20 hauler from Kevin. Smitty, grade my team 10-man, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. QBs are Fields, T. Law. Okay, quarterbacks, obviously, compared to what you could put what other people are going to have. Gibbs, Chase Brown, and Trey Hendy, you can't be better than that. RJ Harvey on the bench. RJ Harvey, he says. Sharbs, love the value. The trade value through the roof. Egbuka, BTJ, Ted McMillan, Rashee Rice. Can't really even get better than that. Tyler Warren, you're just pulling on my heartstrings now, my boy. This is a team. This is a squad. Sharbs could get you some trade maneuverability later. Maybe Sharbs turns your quarterback situation around a little bit. Go to the Walker owner. See if you can sell it now. And if you can't sell it now, tell him this. Say, the price is going up next week. Do you understand that, Michael? Michael2754. Do you understand that? The price is going up tomorrow. It goes up tomorrow, goes up the next day, and it's certainly going up on Tuesday. So you want Sharbs now? You better do it live. So if you're able to upgrade it now, you could do it. Otherwise, you wait. And this team's fantastic. There's nothing I want. I just want to upgrade your quarterback spot using Sharbs. I love that you've got Buka and Tet and Rice. And Tet's taken over until Rice comes back. And then maybe you can trade one of Tet or... I'm not going to say Buka. You don't trade a Buka, but I would consider trading Tet when Rice is back, or you just hold the value. But Chase Brown and Gibbs, the only thing holding you back, I love the Harvey and the flex. The only thing holding you back is your quarterback from being like at 8.5. You're at 8.0 still, though, probably right around that territory. Great team. Smitty approved. Rate my team 12-man PPR, 1 flex, QB, Bo Nix, running backs, Bucky, Kenneth Walker, Sharbs, Hunt, Benson, wide receivers, Puka, Mike Evans, Ridley, Keenan Allen, Pop Douglas, Njoku, Tyler Warren. You could probably move Njoku if somebody needs a tight end badly. Njoku and Ridley for a slight wide receiver upgrade. Mike Evans and Njoku for a slight wide receiver upgrade. Kenneth Walker and Sharbs. I'm keeping Sharbs, trading Kenneth Walker. Get rid of him. Get something safer. Ridley and Kenneth Walker. Don't give up Sharbs, but Ridley and Kenneth Walker for one player. I think you could probably go get a Lab McConkey and something in a 2 for 2. You could probably go get a BTJ or a London potentially using that combo. If you wanted to go A.J. Brown and you trust A.J. Brown, that's not even a bad maneuver for Ridley and Kenneth Walker. I mean, there's risk everywhere with those guys anyway. But I personally would go after a different player. I think Kyren's attainable if you wanted to go that route. I think Genty's probably out of reach, but Kyren, Bucky, or Achane with his injury concerns, maybe Kenneth Walker and Ridley get you that, or maybe you have to give up Mike Evans to go get a Achane or a Genty. I mean, Mike Evans and Kenneth Walker without Sharbs, maybe you give up Sharbs to get Genty, so you could do that. If not, you're going after that slight, tier down, which would be Achane to the moon, Kyren to the moon. Love the team. Totally dig it. 7.9 to 8.0. One move away maybe from being in the 8s for me, just because there is a move to be made. Appreciate all these super chats. Also have Igbuka. Okay, I'll keep that in mind when I go up and try and find your super chat. And guys, I'm gonna get to them. I know some people are like, you skipped my super chat. I didn't. I got a handful in front of you probably. Rice for Tet and Pacheco. I'd rather have Rice in a vacuum. But if you can't survive that, you probably have to potentially keep Tet and just win some games. And you can even wait a week to do it and have him back 1 week sooner. What wide receiver would you go for for Kittle and Sutton? Kittle and Sutton for London, for BTJ, for Lab McConkey, and probably nothing lower than that. And even that Lab McConkey might be a tough sell, just because there's a lot of upside there. Okay, I got a super chat that's blank from Rodney. Rodney, appreciate your super chat. Rodney, you got to include the message in there. By the time I find it, I'm not gonna see that message anymore. All right, let me scroll up to the top and go through these in order in which they're received. Oh, we got another $20 hauler jump in the line. $20 haulers get immediate attention. DTX says, I was trying to get Hendy in the 4th when the 8th pick in the 12-man. Chase Brown fell to me in the 3rd round, so I took him. Someone took Hendy in the 4th round, and Hampton fell to me in the 4th round. I took Hampton, and I really wanted Hendy. Thoughts? I'd swap him straight up. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Swapping them straight up is definitely, I don't even need anything, to be honest with you. The draft's over. You know, you can only use draft value for so long. You've driven these vehicles off the lot. You got to try and, sell them for their fair market value. I would not hesitate. Although DTX, when you approach it, the best way to approach that trade is to say, hey, if I was to swap running backs, what else would you give me? And that sets the tone. And then he might say, well, nothing. And you'd be like, well, I guess send it. We'll take a look at it or whatever. But you don't want to be like, I want to trade running backs, because then he's going to know, that he knows that And then it's like, you're not going to be able to pull it off. Psychology, baby. Psychology and trading. What would you give me to make this swap? Like, open the door that way. Smitty, rate my team 12-man QB. Hurts, Stroud. This is a $50 hauler from Collusion. Collusion, glad to see you, pal. Glad to see you.
Give me $50 hauler. Get by the brother, Smitty.
Collusion with the 50 watt on screen. Collusion, appreciate you, young man. Let's take you to the lounge. Smitty, rate my team 12-man QB. Stroud, running back. Genty, Chase Brown. Love it. Tracy, Benson, very good. Higgins, wide receivers to be desired. But although Debo at the end there, I'm judging it when Debo Buka is pretty good. So I'll definitely be starting Debo and Buka this week. I mean, it's hard to sit Sutton and Higgins. I get it. Guys, would you start Debo and Buka this week over Sutton and Higgins? Or am I getting too cute here? And then Trey McBride, what a squad. Must have 2 QBs and a tight end, meaning you have to hold them, you mean? It's not a 2 QB league, though, I assume. So Hurts is fantastic. Genty, Chase Brown. Benson gives you some trade value later, but you could always trade Higgins and Sutton right now if you wanted, for a 1 wide receiver. Someone said getting too cute. Someone said Ibuka side. Someone said yes. I don't know. I don't think it's too crazy. Look, T. Higgins is nice. Sutton is nice, but Ibuka and Debo Samuel, I don't know. I'm potentially starting those 2 bad boys. But I think I try and consolidate Sutton and Higgins together, and maybe you're able to use Benson later and you sit on that. But this team's pretty damn good. 12-man league, lots of depth at wide receiver, lots of trade value, lots of toys to move around. I would say 7.9 just because it's waiting for the one move to put you to and the one move Collusion will probably put you in the 8.5 territory with the one single move. Doesn't go from 7.9, up to 8.0. I think you literally could take this thing up a whole half of a point just off of one trade alone. So, okay. So CJ, appreciate you. CJ's next in line for a super chat here. Would you trade Hampton for Hendy and Jordan Mason? I would take Hendy straight up. So the answer is yes to that. And other running backs are okay. Yeah. So the answer is yes to that. I would definitely do that trade. This here for RM, appreciate you laughing for dropping the super chat. 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes, JD5 McCarthy, Giddens, Hendy, Stevenson. So JT Hendy's very solid. And then Krosky, Merritt. Then you got Lamb, DJ Moore, Hunter. Like the team a lot. I'm trying to move JT, to be honest. I'm trying to get into Bucky, trying to get into Achane, trying to get into Genty. And depending on how much, someone values, let's call it Hawkinson or Njoku with potentially a Krosky, Merritt, maybe you can move Krosky, Merritt, and JT for Bucky or for Achane or for Genty. That's the move I'm trying to make. If you pull that off, this is like an 8.4 instead of a 7.9. I like the team a lot. Very, very solid. You're waiting on Hunter to really solidify. And JT's the only thing that concerns me a little bit. I'm not the biggest JT fan this year. I worry about the offense. I think Tyler Warren's the only show in town there. for the most part. I think JT will do well, but he's also got to stay healthy. Danny Dimes is a brutal player. Brutal player. Just absolute straight brutal for the rushing attack. So I look what he did to Barkley's value. Just completely neutered it. Ollie Gordon over Warren in the flex. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rate your 12-man. Bo Nix, Gibbs, Bucky, JSN, Ingram, Warren. Put Ollie Gordon in. I like your team a lot. I think maybe your wide receiver, you're not starting another wide receiver. You only need to start one. It's a good team. I like the core of it. Gibbs, Bucky, Bo Nix, and JSN, and Ollie Gordon. I don't think you move anything. I think you just hit the waiver wire. You need to be the guy that picks up the guy. You need to be the guy that ends up dropping the full load drop at the right time, and you pull in the next Bucky Irving, and it's over. It's game over. Stay vigilant, young man. You stayed vigilant when you grabbed Ollie Gordon, so you're following the instructions and the blueprint to a T, so you're already on your way. You definitely feel like somebody that knows what time it is on the waiver wire front, so continue on that course. Trade Lamar, KJ, and Mason for Herbert, Harvey, and Ollie. No. I mean, bro, you can't sell Lamar. I like Harvey as much as the next guy. I don't like Caleb Johnson much. I don't like Mason, but like Harvey's solid. But I don't think I could take. I don't know, chat. What are you doing? You got to keep Lamar, right? There's just no way I'm trading Lamar. Lamar's undervalued. Like when you walk out of a draft, you can't just say, well, the draft value it's different. Like quarterbacks they should be going in the second round, but they don't, and we take advantage of that. But when you take a vehicle off the lot, the car dealership, you lose $2,000 immediately. Well, it's not the case with quarterbacks. You drive a quarterback off the lot, they go up in value. They're undervalued from jump. From the jump, they're undervalued, and that's the evidence there. Is that try and trade for Lamar, Josh Allen, or JD5 after a draft, you're not getting them. You'd have to offer a first-round player. That proves that the value is underrated on draft day. Thanks for everything, Smitty. Dynasty Superflex, you bet, Sam. Saquon, Garrett Wilson, and a 26 second for their London Harvey and a 26 first. Saquon, Garrett Wilson. Okay, yes, definitely take this trade. London, Harvey, and the 26 first rounder. Then you can maybe flip the first rounder and do something else additional. So definitely love the idea of that. First rounders are so good to trade. $10 hauler for my boy here. Dylan says, cleaned up my 10-man PPR double flex draft. May, Collins, Ladd, Genty, Brown, Warren, Hunter, Henderson, Igbuka, McMillan, Rice, Warren, Penix Jr. Picked 9. Got Brown in the third round. Got Brown in the third, Henderson in the fifth. Henderson in the fifth is criminal. This is a solid squad. May and Collins and Ladd and Genty and Chase Brown, Hunter, Henderson, Buka. I don't even know what to tell you other than maybe you're trading McMillan. McMillan potentially to upgrade. Just toy around with, can you even upgrade Igbuka, or can you upgrade Rice, or can you upgrade Chase Brown? Would I trade McMillan potentially to move up, let's say, Chase Brown into a Bucky? Yes. Into a Genty? Yes. Into an Achane? Maybe not. Maybe Chase Brown's even safer than Achane at this point. But for Bucky or for Genty, I would. And I would give up McMillan for that. It's probably a good move to make. Other than that, Dylan, you wait a week and let all those guys gain value, because you have such a phenomenal group of players that are going to gain value every step. 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, a flex. 776 in the building from YouTube. Please hit that thumb up button and subscribe. Appreciate you. This is a good team. JD5, Kyren, JT. I'm trading JT. MHJ, Garrett Wilson, Adams, Hendy. Love the squad. Harvey, Warren, Hunter, T-Mac. You got so much value here. You could wait. Igbuka. This is a grandma league. 10-man league, my ass. This is it's probably 7. This is 7. 6. You went to the nursing home, didn't you? And just started handing out sheets to people that were unconscious, and you made selections for them. Hey, this is a good one. JD5, look, trade JT and one of these wide receivers, even if it's Adams, Jameson Williams, T-Mac. Trade one of those guys with JT. Go get your Genty. Go get Genty and do it live. If you can shoot higher than that, do it, but consolidate and get some of this value working for you. Upgrade Genty, and you're an 8.5 out of 10. You're already an 8.3 or 4 anyway. I mean, your depth is so crazy Your problem is going to be you don't know who to start each week. Tips for my team: Jaden Daniels, Chase Brown, Hampton, Harvey, Swift, Ollie, Gordon. Like the team, Lamb and Matthew Golden and Debo. Lamb and Debo are my number 1 and number 2 wide receiver. Very tempted to use the value on Golden right now to upgrade, let's say, Swift, or to upgrade potentially a Hampton or a Chase Brown, if you can even do that. Probably keep Chase Brown, keep JD5. Love Hampton, but can I turn Hampton into Bucky? Can I turn Hampton into JT? I'm JT, Genty. Don't trade for JT. Hampton and Golden might not get that done. Maybe Hampton and Swift and Golden can get you a slight upgrade into a potential Bucky, or, I still would rather have, I believe, Achane than Hampton. I think I'm keeping Chase Brown. I think I'm maybe considering upgrading Debo with maybe Harvey potentially, once Harvey gains some value to get that monster wide receiver. But right now, Lamb, Debo, Hampton, Chase Brown, JD5, and Harvey's pretty damn good. And Ollie Gordon might become, and I would say Matthew Golden become trade pieces for you later. Don't force anything. Poke around at those ideas, but do not force anything. Drop Tootin for Ollie Gordon. I'm going to say in a vacuum, yes, but I'm trying to keep both of them somehow, some way, making a trade or whatever, because honestly, that it feels like a disaster letting one of those guys go. You're the best Smitty in the business. Thank you. Appreciate you. Moonrock, thank you for dropping that super chat. Start Devontae Smith and Ollie, advice. Devontae Smith and Ollie for Rice and Ingram. I'd probably take Rice and Ingram personally if you can weather through and wait for Rice. Can you play Hunter at CB and get wide receiver numbers? Depends on your scoring, Christopher. I have no idea what your league allows and doesn't allow. You got to check with your commissioner, and you should know that already based on where you drafted him. But only you know that. I don't know that. It depends. The settings can be changed in each league. Benson or Gordon stash. I'd rather stash Gordon, but they're both so valuable, bro. Either one could become a top 10 running back. Know that. Smitty, 10-man, Devontae Smith plus Ollie for Rice and Ingram. Again, Rice and Ingram. Silver Rapture, Smitty, do I trade Achane and Debo for Gibbs? I would probably say give me Gibbs. Yes, sir. Thank you, Silver Rapture, in the building. Trade Aaron Jones more for Daniels and Evans. I'd take Daniels and Evans pretty easily, my boy. JD5 and Evans crushes. I don't care if you got Goff. No one's going to take Goff anyway if you try to trade him, but I don't care about that. This one here, Dynasty, JJ for Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and Calvin Ridley. JJ for Drake London, Garrett Wilson. Give me all that value. Yes, sir. I know it seems like, do I do it? Do I get rid of it? Yeah, you got to do it, bro. You got to do it. And which two do you start? Week 1, Hendy, Harvey, Sharps, Mason, Manungai, and Tootin. You probably got to go with Hendy. And I don't know. It's between Sharps and Harvey right now, and we need more information before we can actually lock that in. You know what I'm saying? And then Jamar Chase, Caleb T. Law for Nico and Cook and Bo Nix. Give me the Jamar Chase side. I don't trust James Cook enough to do that trade, and if you get stuck with them, I won't like that. But you could argue that trade. You could definitely argue that trade. Ryan, appreciate you. How is the team? Any moves to make? Thank you, Ryan. I would say JD5, Evans, Hunter, Coleman, great squad, Debo, Rice. Lots of value. I know you're waiting on Rice, so you might not need to make a move yet, but would I try and upgrade Evans? Maybe. Let's see. Bijan, Kyren, Sharps, Bigsby. I'm waiting on Gordon and Sharps to gain enough value for you to upgrade maybe Evans. You're waiting on Rice. There's nothing wrong with this squad. Just sitting for a week. It's fantastic. You got JD5. There really isn't much to do. Unless you were to trade Sharps or Gordon on the high value, which I don't think you're going to get, I would definitely trade them if someone's willing to go purchasing on the high. Like they're buying what on the prospective value, which a lot of people won't do. So it's kind of hard to expect that. So you're probably waiting a week and then you're coming in strong, and Ollie Gordon's going to go through the moon value-wise. 12-man, 1 PPR, start 2 flex. Daniel, JD5, Genty, Henderson, Kyren, love this. Hunter, Igbuka, Pickens, fantastic. Pitts, benches, Brashard Smith, Charbonnet, Thornton, great team. Burden, who can I trade to upgrade? Weekly, high, man, and team. Not trading your running backs. Hendy, Genty, Kyren, no. J5, no. Hunter, Buka, no. Pickens, maybe, but you're waiting on Sharps. There's nothing to trade here. Sharps is going to be your key, your meal ticket to an upgrade. If you're going to upgrade Buka or Hunter or Pickens, I'm not upgrading the running backs or the quarterback, but I think you could potentially move Pickens up a whole nother notch once Charbonnet becomes a top 10 running back, and might even be able to get the world, bro. Once Charbonnet, if Charbonnet is a top 6 to 10 running back in people's mind, you're going to be able to buy whatever you want. So just wait on it. Don't try and get out of the Sharps game before it starts, $10 hauler, 12-team PPR, Knicks, London, Metcalf, Chase Brown, Jacobs, Hawkinson, Flex Hampton, bench is Igbuka. Need Igbuka in the lineup. Gordon's going to ferment on the bench and gain value. Can I get mashed potatoes if Smitty approves? Yeah, it's a good team. I'm going to hit the Smitty approve for you. I definitely like the squad, for sure. Now, the move to make, though, for you, the definite move to make, for me at least, with this squad would be, I'm not trading Chase Brown. I'm not trading London. I like Bo Nix. Jacobs is the player I want to move. Flex is Hampton, Ibuka on the bench. Let's trade Jacobs and Hawkinson for once. Let's go get obviously Genty if you could. You're not going to get him, but let's go get Hendy. House call Hendy for Jacobs. I'd give up Hawkinson to go get Bucky Irving. I'd go give up Jacobs and Hawkinson to go get Achane. I would give up Gordon eventually to upgrade that if I needed to, but Gordon's also going to be a monster. You could technically, I'd definitely try and get one of those RBs. Do that and then come back to me after you figured out whether that's possible or not. That's the move to make. Obviously shoot for Genty if you can, but Bucky, Achane. Sup, Smitty, 12-man, 0.5, 6 point per TD pass. Baker, Chase Brown, Hendy, Connor, Benson. Connor and Benson you could trade together pretty easily. BTJ, London, Worthy, Rice. Love the team. I don't even know if you need to make a move. Ingram, fantastic squad. Connor Benson. Maybe Connor Benson for, obviously, try for Hampton. Connor Benson for... You're not going to be able to move much, bro. This is a really good team, though. Really good team. Connor Benson to upgrade Baker. Even though I love Baker, I'm still trying to get into a top 5 QB. So I'd explore that. And you got the running back depth to maybe do that. I think all these steps up. Connor Benson is my move. I'm trying to upgrade. I mean, you could even try and upgrade London into, a top 3 wide receiver if you wanted using Connor Benson. Past that, I'm not afraid to trade Worthy, though. Keep Rice, trade Worthy. I know that they work for each other. But Connor Benson and Worthy for a freaking... man, I mean, you got London and BTJ. Those are the 2 go-get players. Try Connor Benson Worthy for... Try for Neighbors. Try for St. Brown. Maybe that works, and I definitely do that. Past that, I'm probably standing down a week and just letting guys like Gordon, those players, gain value. Complete 2 trades today. Got Kraft for Charbonnet. Didn't have a tight end. I would have waited on that because Charbonnet's value is going to go to the moon, bro. You traded him on a little bit of spec, but not the entire speculated value. And I got Achane for Breece Hall and Olave. Now that I Smitty approved. That trade was a smash.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That trade was crazy. Great job on that one. I don't exactly love the first one, but Kraft is a good player, but I definitely think you bought high. Nice job overall. Love the second trade. You crushed him on the second trade. 10-man PPR, Hurts, CMC, Achane. I'm getting rid of CMC. Brian Thomas, McMillan, Kincaid, Kenneth Walker, Travis Hunter. I don't see Charbonnet. Without Charbonnet, the Kenneth Walker move was potentially a botched decision. Plain and simple. Now, would I trade Kenneth Walker and Tet McMillan for one player and totally redeem yourself? This is like trading the shag and wagon for the motorcycle. You would totally redeem yourself if you got rid of either Judkins, and maybe Judkins signs his deal and everybody gets so hyped up you can move Judkins and Tet McMillan and Kenneth Walker, all 3 of them, or Judkins and Kenneth Walker and keep Tet McMillan. But Tet McMillan and Kenneth Walker for one player, think... tough to say. Think You got BTJ. You got London. London would be great. Kenneth Walker, Ted McMillan for London, for St. Brown, for Neighbors. CMC and Ted McMillan potentially for a 2-for-2, or just CMC straight out for a Bucky or a Genty. CMC for Genty, give McMillan to get another receiver upgrade. Give Kenneth Walker and CMC to the Genty owner and see if you can get another player in there. Those would be the moves I'd be trying to make with this team, just getting that running back. But that's me. If you like those players, don't just trade a player because I say so. Make sure you also have question marks. I want to be the person that helps you get over the fence, not takes you and throws you over the fence when you didn't even want to go over there. I drafted Shipley in my last pick in today's message. That Saquon owner mentioned all the injury risk and got him to trade my Shipley for his Adunze. Got a message. The Saquon owner mentioned all the injury risk and got him to trade. Okay. I'd rather have Odunze over Shipley by a country mile, if that's what you're asking me to say, for sure. I mean, Shipley's a nice cuff, but Odunze's got a lot more upside. Gordon on waivers, you should be already on this. I have my bench: Hampton, Harvey, Warren, Rice, Golden. Do I drop? You drop. Look, the running back Warren. Yes, you're not dropping the tight end Warren, but the running back Warren, yeah, absolutely. If you had to drop somebody else, I don't know what I would advise you to do. If you got 3 QBs and it's only a 1 QB league, then I would probably drop J.J. McCarthy, keep Goff and May, or you could drop Goffin. But if it's a 2 QB league, you can't drop the quarterbacks, of course. But I don't think Warren is worth more than Gordon. So Baker, CMC, Achane, Evans, and Andrews, Kamara. I'm probably trading Kamara and Waddle for one slight upgrade. I'm probably trading Kamara. Yeah, Kamara, Waddle. It's Kamara and Waddle. Kamara and Waddle. CMC, I trade CMC, like I've said over and over and over, for a Genty, for an Achane, for a Bucky. And I'm either trying to get a whole entire player, or I'm then trying to use, for example, DJ Moore up to a slightly better Lab McConkey or something in that 2-for-2. But Christian McCaffrey is your meal ticket into, I think, a whole half a point to a whole point upgrade on my scale if I'm looking at your squad and I'm rating the team. Fantastic squad, though. A lot to work with. And if I had that team, I'd make 1 or 2 trades and feel like I have the league-winning team. Smitty, review, please. 12-man league, PPR, Lamar, Goff, Kamara, trade Kamara, Chase Brown, Eckler, Benson, Ollie, Mixon. Mixon's trash. Jettas and Rashee Rice is fantastic. And Xavier Worthy, you're looking really solid. Kelsey, any moves? I would trade Kelsey for Tyler Warren, just to let you know. And Kamara, I'm moving. Kamara with, who are you going to trade, though? Kamara and Xavier Worthy would be interesting, depending on who you could get in that wide receiver spot off waivers, or if you have another player you're not mentioning. Kamara and Xavier Worthy to get that Genty value. But Kamara for Bucky, what can you do? I don't know that you can give anything up. I really don't know. Judy, I would go to the waiver. I'd get Tesla and start Tesla over Judy if it meant turning my Kamara into Bucky, Achane, or Genty, or Kyren Williams. So that would be my advice for you, young man. Go do it well. I got Justin Jefferson, Genty, Hendy, Nico, Garrett Wilson, Igbuka, and Tyler Warren, I assume. Bench is RJ Harvey, JCM. Let's move JCM and Garrett Wilson for a slight wide receiver upgrade. Let's move JCM, and that's it. That's all I'm doing. That's the only thing I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm waiting. Great team. Great team. Penix, would you swap Genty and Garrett Wilson for Jamar Chase and Ollie? No. I love Genty. Chat, are you taking Jamar Chase and Ollie Gordon or Genty and Garrett Wilson? I'm pretty sure I'm leaning Genty and Garrett Wilson. But definitely something to think about. Smash my Wilson, Garrett Wilson, and Hendy for Genty and Igbuka. I wouldn't say a smash. I love Hendy that much. I really don't know on this one either. Chase and Ollie, we're getting a vote. Chase and Ollie, Genty and Garrett Wilson. Chase and Ollie on the first one. Genty, Garrett Wilson. Pretty split on that one. Boy's tired. Can I get a vote on this one? This trade's tough. Garrett Wilson and Hendy or Genti Igbuka. Can we vote on this one, please? Genti Igbuka, Garrett Wilson, Hendy. Which side are you on? That's a tough one. I'd probably say Hendy is your flex. Hunter, Rice. I don't care as long as he's in your lineup. I don't care. Jamar is my wide receiver 1. Genti Igbuka, Genti Igbuka, Genti Igbuka, Genti Igbuka, Genti Igbuka. We're getting a pretty high Genti Igbuka vote here on this one. I agree with the chat. End of the day, Genti Igbuka, but it's really close. I think it's really close.
You've just been Smitty approved.
You would not be crazy to go either side, but Genti Igbuka, we got a couple Wilson votes. I'm going to agree with the chat. Genti Igbuka is probably the best move. Thank you, Tater Sandwich, for the super chat. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Let's see if we got any $20 super chats that need immediate attention. Rush Inclusion dropped one more and said, would you trade giving up T. Higgins for Matthew Golden and Tet McMillan? I guess I'd probably take the 2 wide receivers, to be honest with you. I probably would. I'm not as big a T. Higgins fan as everybody else. Brees and Golden for Harvey in a 26 first rounder. I'd take Harvey in the first rounder, my boy. That would be a nice move, in my opinion. Achane, Tet McMillan, Igbuka, flex pick 1. I'm probably going to go Achane without much of a hesitation, but you need to get Igbuka in your lineup if you can. Who do I start, Hendy or Igbuka? Probably Hendy, but almost need to start both of those bad boys, my friend. Not Harvey to get Hendy. Not Harvey. Chef, Chet, you got to restate the whole question. You can't. I mean, maybe you have it up here. Hold on, this might be it. But like, just restate it rather than clarify, because then I don't even know. Like, I'm not even. Pen Team Dynasty PPR starting Burrow, Genti, Harvey, Tet, Igbuka, JMO, Strange, Waddle, Golden. Which wide receiver with JCM plus a second to get Harvey, not Harvey to get Hendy? Okay, now I got that. I don't know. Hendy's going to be a lot harder to get than Harvey. So you're saying which wide receiver with JCM and a second to get? I'd try Ted. I don't think it's going to work, though. Buka and JCM to get Hendy, I'd still do that, even though I love Buka. I'd much rather give up Ted, though. JMO, I'd give up JMO. I'll give up JMO and Waddle. I'd give up JMO and Golden and Tet McMillan to get Hendy, honestly. But that's just me. Nice thinking. And try and do it with Tet. You know, but I definitely would have smashed that. Scat for Ingram. I'd rather have Ingram over Scat right now, but you know, then you'd probably have to make a trade, which is fine. You could. My bad team, says Rock Out. My bad team is 12-man Dak, Love, Chase Brown, K9, Monty, D.D. Tootin, AJ, T-Mac, Debo, Hollywood, Pitts, and Warren. Yeah, without Sharps, it's a hard thing hard pill to swallow here. Monty and K9 for one better running back potentially. T-Mac and K9 for one better running back like Bucky or Achane. Achane's probably more attainable. Kyren would be attainable using T-Mac and K9. Probably that's where I'm headed with this team, Rock Out. Once you get rid of that, I think you're in pretty good shape, but you got to be careful not to just give K9 away. But K9 without Sharps is a very, very big liability, and I just can't see feeling comfortable with that until I move it. Who can I get or get Sharps? Who can I get? Traded Ladd and McMillan or Garrett Wilson? Who can I get if I traded Ladd and McMillan or Garrett Wilson? I don't know what that means, DJ. It seems very vague. I think maybe you're trying to tie this to something else that I don't remember or would have any recollection of at this point. Who can I get if I traded Ladd and McMillan or Garrett Wilson? Okay, so you're saying Ladd and McMillan or Ladd and Garrett Wilson, I think is what you're saying. Okay, those two players, Ladd and McMillan, should get you BTJ or higher. Garrett Wilson and Ladd should get you BTJ or higher. I'd almost say neighbors for the Ladd and Garrett Wilson. That's a whole that's a heavy amount of player. Achane also would be fantastic. Ladd and Garrett Wilson for Bucky, Achane, Genti. Look, it's a lot. Ladd is a lot. Ladd and Garrett Wilson are both like borderline third-round players. There's 2 third-round players potentially So you kind of got to go up into the bottom of round 1, or it just doesn't make sense or pencil out. I'm a little worried about Bucky. Why would you be worried about Bucky? My mom makes the best Hot Pockets. Why would you be worried about Bucky, my boy? I don't know. You're watching too much TV. I don't know what you're doing there. EA Goats, thank you for the $10 hauler. Appreciate you. Any moves here? Got sniped a few times. Thank you, Smitty. T-Law, Purdy, Lamb, Tyreek, Adams, Buka, Rice, Keenan Allen, JT. I'm trading JT, trying to get into that Bucky, Achane, Genty situation. Tyreek and JT for Genty and something. Tyreek and JT for Bucky and something. Tyreek and something for potentially. I mean, I would love to trade Tyreek into a London using maybe. I don't even know if you can use any. I think you got to almost trade Tyreek and JT together for one player. I don't even think there's much more to do, but that I don't want Tyreek on my team. I don't want JT on my team, but that's me. If you like them, let it ride. If you like them, don't make any trades and go into week 1 and see what their values are. Because if Tyreek has a great game and you sell him for pennies on the dollar because I don't like him, that's not what I'm asking you to do. So take it into week 1 if you don't get the world. And then we'll reevaluate it from there. I would just be afraid that Tyreek does nothing and then he gets you nothing. You know, could you trade Tyreek right now for Garrett Wilson and feel safe about it? Yes. MHJ, yes. So if you want to do 1-for-1, do that. And then wait on JT. JT probably comes out with, he's not going to come out with 0 value, but Tyreek could or could not. 10-team league, Allen, Penix, Genty, Hendy, Harvey. Love the running backs. Love Josh Allen. Fantastic squad. Sharbs in the wings, waiting, gaining value. Debo Samuel, Pearsall, Travis Hunter, Garrett Wilson, Rice, London. Love the team. I'm trading personally Pearsall while I can. Pearsall and Debo for an upgrade. Pearsall, London for a JJ or higher if you can. Pearsall's a 4th, 5th rounder right now. Pearsall and Pitts to go get an upgrade at tight end. Go try McBride. Definitely love Tyler Warren. Would I trade Pearsall for Tyler Warren? I sure would. But that's me. Ollie Gordon, you're waiting on. Ollie Gordon's going to gain some value in the coming weeks. Might even just explode out of week 1. A $10 hauler from my boy Hunter. Smitty missed on Ollie. Who would you offer? Damn. Guys, there's a reason why we do this every single week. Multiple times we pull this up. But it happens, my boy. Just make sure in the other leagues you get them. Who would you offer and thoughts on my team? It's going to be hard to get him now. It's going to be real hard to get him now. Achane, Josh Allen, Hendy, Jettas, Pickens. I love the team. Harvey, bench. I don't think you're trading anything for him, bro. What are you going to trade? Pickens, no thanks. You got to keep your players. Harvey and Pickens for one bigger monster, maybe once Harvey gains his value. But past that, I mean, this team is straight fire. Achane and Hendy and Josh Allen, Jettas, Pickens. You don't need to move anything, bro. This team is straight fire. Wait on Rice. Bigsby's gaining value. You're good. Just make sure that waiver wire board doesn't have other players that just could replace some of those. I think you're good to go. I think you're panicking. Don't go undoing your team because you want one specific player that the team doesn't even need or call for. Not sure how I feel about my team. Talk to me, Smitty. Hurts, Genty, Harvey, BTJ, MHJ. And this is that Jackson Smith and Jigba? I don't. No one calls him Jay Smith, so I don't know if that's who that is. Jonnu Smith is what most people would think based on that. If it's Jonnu Smith, then okay, it's okay. If it's Jackson Smith and Jigba, call him JSN or Jigba or something. But that's a solid team if that's JSN. If it's Jonnu Smith, you still got a good team, but it's definitely different. You're waiting on Sharps. You're waiting on Gordon. I'm trading Caleb Johnson if I can. Probably can't after the news today. But Golden and Ridley for Caleb Johnson for one slightly better player. Try and get a potential wide receiver. I love the fact that you can maybe get. I don't even know what to tell you to go get here with this squad. It's really solid, really solid. If I could upgrade Ridley using Caleb Johnson slightly, I would do that. That would be a good move. Would I trade Rice and Golden right now and Caleb Johnson for one better player? Probably. The one that can help me right now? Sure. Sure. Lab McConkey, that would be a good move. Upgrading Harvey right now into a Kyren or into a Bucky or whatever, using some of this bench talent, using a Ridley. Yes, Ridley and Harvey into a Kyren would make a ton of sense preemptively if you could get away with that. It's hard to say what Harvey would get you. I almost think you got to wait a week. Should I try and upgrade? Thank you for the super chat. My wide receiver and QB. Knicks is fine, bro. JCM is very tradable. Sharps will be. Ollie will be. You're waiting on those values. JCM and JSN for a slight wide receiver upgrade. And look, JSN's got like third round value, and JCM kind of all over the map. I probably would say that if you could turn JSN into a London or a BTJ or a St. Brown, I'm doing it using JCM. But JCM may or may not get that for you. Charbonnet may not get that for you. Would I trade Sharps right now with JSN to get a top 12 overall player that is a wide receiver? Sure. Gibbs and Bucky, you don't need to go after any RBs necessarily. You got Hendy. You got some of the best value here. I love this team. Ibuka, I'm not trading him. Not trading Hunter. You've got an 8.0 out of 10 without making a move. And I think making a move preemptive might end up losing you some value. Your team is so loaded with players that are going to go up in value. Waiting is probably the best course of action for your team. Thank you for the super chat. Dylan, how did I do, Smitty? 18-man guillotine, Knicks, JJ Worthy, Hampton, Connor, Sharps, Kraft, Bench, Mims, Strange, Tesla, McCarthy, and Brashard Smith. Very good squad. 18-man guillotine. I like it. Not bad. I mean, Worthy, Hampton, JJ. I'd probably try and trade Connor. Don't even see Benson, so that's kind of a risky proposition there. I don't know what you could really get with Connor and Worthy for one bigger monster wide receiver. That's probably what I'd do, Dylan, with this squad. If you can't trade or anything, then you're good. I mean, I wouldn't even call it an 8.0 though. I feel like there is a little bit of a hole, and if you made that trade, it might be the difference maker. Smitty, non-PPR, what do you think? Thanks again for July for the super chat, George. Non-PPR, what do you think? Kyler, Chase, Brown, Devontae Smith, Kyler, Harvey, Kittle, 12-man. It's a little thin, my boy. Kyler, you have Kyler twice. Chase Brown, Devontae, Kyler. I think you might have listed Kyler instead of a running back. That's why it looks really thin. You only got Harvey. I think you messed up on writing this. Kyler, Chase Brown, and Devontae Smith and Kyler. And Harvey. It's a player thin. There's like a third or fourth rounder missing there. And I'd say that you need to make a move, but I don't think that's the correct team. I just based on what you sent me here, though, if I'm trying to give you advice, I would say, I don't know what you could even trade Kittle. I'd try, if this is what your team really is, it's a little light. I would try and trade Kittle for a wide receiver, pick up, first of all, you got Warren. You got Tyler Warren. That's fantastic. Trade Kittle for a wide receiver or a running back. Trade Kittle for Kyren. Trade Kittle for Hampton. Trade Kittle for Hendy. Trade Kittle for something. You know, some people can get Hendy. Some people can't. Some people can't. Let me see here. Hold on. Someone said maybe it's Kyren. Maybe it is Kyren. Devontae Smith, Kyren, Harvey. If that's Kyren, you're a lot better off. A lot better off. I still would do that move. I'd still get rid of Kittle. You get rid of Kittle, that team with Kyren becomes an 8.4. You know, especially if that is Tyler Warren. You put Warren. You didn't put Jaylen Warren, or you put Warren. Kyler, Dak, Hendy, Harvey, Lamb, Nico, JSN, Warren, Flexes, Debo, Worthy, all the top handcuff running backs and a couple of rookie receivers on the bench, but missed on Ollie. How do you think I did? I like the squad, bro. Dak's really nice. Hendy, Harvey, Lamb, Nico, JSN. I like it a lot. Would I trade maybe a Worthy and JSN for one bigger monster like a London or higher? Probably. Past that, I'm not really moving much. You know, Harvey, I'd probably wait on that. But if you could sell him on the advance increased value, Worthy and Harvey, or Debo and Harvey for one bigger Bucky Achane running back would be also something that I would strongly consider for sure. Thank you for the super chat, young man. Let's see here. Let me see if I can. There's a long wait for super chats, so I apologize. I'm getting through them as quickly as I can. This one here: Dak, Bucky, Genty, Hendo, Hawkinson, JSN, Hunter, Gordon, Jennings, Tracy, Tesla, Mixon. What do you think? I mean, I like the team a lot, bro. Hendy and Genty, Bucky, Dak, JSN, Hunter. Love the squad. The running backs are off the hook. Do I even need to trade any of them to upgrade the wide receivers? Not really, bro. You just wait on Gordon. Hawkinson, I could trade now. Hawkinson, I would trade right now. It depends on who you could get off waivers, but I think the value is so good on Hawkinson trade-wise. I'm trying to upgrade JSN if I can, or I'm waiting on Gordon to upgrade that for me later. XDS, appreciate you with the super chat. Mayfields, Bijan, Bucky, Hendy, Sharbs, Ollie, Love It, London, Igbuka, JMO, Rice. I'm probably trying to move JMO, and I'm trying to move... You can't move those running backs. That's freaking fantastic. London, Igbuka, Love It, Rice in the wings. I'd probably leave it as is right now. But if you were to make a move, I would say like JMO to upgrade your quarterback massively. And that's it. If you could do anything. Who are you starting in any trades? So that was what I would do. Who are you starting? Bijan, Bucky, Hendy. Probably going Drake May this week. And then London, Igbuka, and JMO. And if you can only start one of JMO and, let's say, Hendy, you're starting Hendy. But if you can start JMO, start JMO. I love that team. That team's good. You got a lot of firepower, my boy. Nice work. Appreciate you for dropping the fire. We got this one from Plateau. Appreciate you. 10-man team with defense and kicker. 5 bench. Have Allen, Cook, James Conner, Chase Brown. I'm trading James Conner. I don't love Cook either, James Cook. Those are 2 players I just don't draft a lot, James Cook and Conner. I wonder if you could trade both of them for Kyren, trade both of them for Hampton, trade both of them for obviously Hendy, but probably not going to get that. DJ Moore and James Cook for Hendy. DJ Moore and James Cook for honestly, maybe even a Hampton, but definitely a Kyren or an Achane or a player like that. That would be unbelievable. Love the squad so far. Looking good. You're one move away from being that conglomerate that I think is the best team in the league without even looking at the rosters. Man, I need a stamp from Smitty, 12-man, 1 PPR, Sun God, London, Hampton, Hendy, Ridley, Nix, Warren. Love the team. Tyler Warren, Sharbs and Gordon will be your meal tickets to a big monster trade. Congrats on smashing Sharbs and Gordon, bro. Those are going to be huge for you. Now, would I trade right now? Would I trade Ridley? Maybe, but like, what are you gonna get? Ridley and what? Ridley and Sharbs will be your meal ticket. I don't think you're trading Sun God. I'm not trading anything but Ridley and Charbonnet when the time is right. Jaylen Warren's no one's going to give you anything. So Sharbs, Gordon, when the time is right with Ridley, you're waiting for that move. It's a great squad. I like it a lot. There's nothing to do. You're going to potentially be putting yourself in a bad position trading too early. $20 hauler from Nelson. Nelson, I'm sorry. I just saw your $20 monster, bro. Nelson, you here?
Alert. Super chat alert.
800 people in the building. Nelson, appreciate you. Please hit that thumb up button and subscribe if you're new. Nelson, thank you so much. I'm sorry about the wait on that one. Goff, Jacobs, Walker, Harvey, Hampton, Nico, Pickens, McMillan, Rice, Golden, Bowers, Warren. Waivers are running back are Gordon. You got to go grab Gordon. Judkins, Scattaboo waivers. Is that true? Your waivers, you're saying Gordon on waivers, or... Because then after that, you say Scattaboo waivers, and then for wide receiver Downs, Tillman, Kyle Williams. A kind of confusing message, to be honest. I'm not really exactly sure what we're looking at. May add drops. It's kind of a little bit of I'm trying to figure out what you're asking here. Okay, so Jacobs and Walker. I'm trading Jacobs. I don't want Walker. Is Charbonnet even on the roster? I don't see that. That's tough without Sharp. So I'm trying to get rid of Walker. I'm trying to get rid of Jacobs, to be honest. I love Hampton and Harvey. Love Nico. Ted McMillan and Walker, or Ted McMillan and Jacobs for one monster Bucky or Genty. And after that, I could trade Walker straight up for Garrett Wilson. There's people that need running backs that will definitely do this type of trade. You get MHJ or Garrett Wilson for Walker. You get Ted McMillan and Jacobs. You go get a Bucky, an Achane, or a potential Genty. And this team goes to the moon, bro. And if Ollie Gordon's out there, you better grab Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon is a league winner. If you have Ollie Gordon already, just let it ferment on the bench, and great job on that. 14-team PPR, Lamar May. Thank you, CJ, for the super chat. Samson, Marks, Mitchell, JJ, Sutton, Diggs, Kyle Williams, Horton, Kincaid. Go with the trade. I'll probably say with this squad, KJ, Caleb Johnson, I'm trading away. JCM, I'm trading away. I don't love that you only have Achane here, so I'm trying to get something else in the door. God, I don't know what you can do though. I'd say this team's like a 7.0. It doesn't have a lot of depth to move anything either, but it's 14 teams, so I understand it, but it's still hard. I would say this is going to be a tough team to win with if you don't land JCM, KJ, or Mason, which you could, or Sampson. Marks, you got a lot of shots at it. Keep Mitchell, Sutton, JJ. I would be tempted to trade JJ into BTJ or London and move KJ or Mason or JCM into a slightly better running back. So go to the London owner, go to the BTJ owner, go to potentially the St. Brown owner even. Go to the Ibuka owner, then you would get a much bigger running back or second piece though. But I would explore all those options just to see what you could do, because I think you need something. Rate my team 12-team keeper auction. JD5 wide receivers are Lamb, BTJ. I like these receivers. Gibbs and Hendy, love those running backs. JD5, Laporta, flexes, Ladd, Harvey. You got nothing to upgrade here. This is a freaking 8.0 minimum out of 10. Maybe you're trying to upgrade Laporta and Krosky into a McBride if someone's caught sleeping, a Kittle if you wanted. But this is a keeper league. Keeper league's more redraft than it is dynasty, unless it's like you said 12-team keeper league, but how many keepers? If it's limited, then yeah, it doesn't really matter. You treat it like redraft. Great squad, easy decision to potentially try and go upgrade that tight end spot. Smitty, how did I do? League mates are clowning me because I'm projected last after taking the championship last year. Genty, London, Kyren, Garrett Wilson, MSJ, Hall, Pickens, Debo, Kelsey, Ingram, Scat. I like the team a lot. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Am I trying to move anything? Not really. I mean, maybe Hall and Pickens or Hall and Garrett Wilson for some absolute straight savage monster Genty type player. You got Genty already in Kyren. I mean, how it's crazy, bro. London, how could they be clowning on your team? Your team looks fantastic. I like Penix Jr. A lot of people hate Penix Jr., and that's why they rip on the team. Like, you've got a new quarterback. But wait until he does his damage. Rate my squad, Superflex, tight end premium 12. Starting lineup, JJ, Penix Jr., Geno, Lamb, Puka, BTJ, AJB, Garrett Wilson. Love this team. Garrett Wilson's movable. Kamara and Aaron Jones. I hate the running backs, to be honest. But you got so much firepower at wide receiver. This could be fixed. JJ, Penix Jr., Lamb, Puka, I'm BTJ. Trade AJ Brown, trade Garrett Wilson, trade one of each with Kamara and Aaron Jones, and go upgrade into those Bucky, Hampton, Hendy's, and then, bro, your team goes to maybe above 9.0 right now. You can't get in the 9s until you move those RBs, but you have the weapons to do it. Baker, Henry, Kyren, thank you very much, Bells, for the super chat. Evans, Ted McMillan, Tucker. No Charbonnet. Disappointed there. I'm getting rid of Walker. Henry, I'm probably trading and diluting into two players. Just go straight down to Achane, to Genty, to Bucky, to Kyren. What wide receiver can you get in addition 2-for-1 with that Henry downgrade? And if not, can you upgrade Ted McMillan into a monster? Can you upgrade Walker into another player, even if it's a cross position potentially? Like if you got, let's say, a Genty, you took Genty and Kenneth Walker. I'm sorry, Genty. Henry and Kenneth Walker for Genty or Bucky, and still got a wide receiver instead of, getting a running back for Walker. But I'm definitely making those moves. Healing, appreciate your super chat here. PPR, QB, 1 flex, 10-man, Grandma League, rate my team, Burrow, JJ, McCarthy, Gibbs, Hendy, Harvey, Benson, Ollie, London, Rice, J-Mo, Buka, Ricky. Ricky's very tradable right now. Bauer's fantastic team. J-Mo and Ricky, potentially not trade. Burrow, if this is a 1 QB league, I don't see Superflex anywhere. You're fine. Burrow, Gibbs, and Hendy and Harvey's insane. And Benson will gain some value eventually. Ollie will gain some value eventually. London and Rice and J-Mo, Buka. Love the team, bro. I don't think you need to do anything. The only thing I'd even consider would be Ricky and J-Mo for like one better player. But that's like it. What are you going to do? This team, or J-Mo and Harvey for a Bucky right now. J-Mo, Ricky, and Harvey for a Bucky or Genty type player right now. That's what I would do, and that's trading Harvey, like not low, but you're trading him in advance. I'm fine with that if you're going to get that kind of talent. If not, you're waiting. You're waiting because Harvey's going to gain you value. Your trade value will be there later. Smitty, I have Dak Fields, JJ McCarthy, Bucky, Hendy, Harvey, Lamb, JSN, Adams, Rice, Kelsey. I honestly hate my QB situation. Any thoughts? Dak Fields. Well, you could probably upgrade this pretty easily. Don't touch the RBs. Adams is movable, and I'm sure the waiver wire has something, whether it's Tesla or you got another bench player somewhere. So Lamb and JSN, keep that. Trade Adams and Dak or Adams and Fields for a quarterback upgrade. I definitely would do that. Make sure you're shooting Mahomes or higher though. But definitely consider that. That's solid. Love the show. What running back can I get? I got shut out at running back. I have Neighbors, Pearsall, BTJ, Pickens, and Igbuka. I'm going through the super chats. I have not missed people's. I've got a long line that I'm going through. So you're going to have to bear with me because these are all roster evals. There's no way to speed through. When everybody lists their roster every time, they take forever to go through. So you're just going to have to bear with me. I'm going as fast as I can. Neighbors, Pearsall, BTJ, Pickens, Igbuka. I don't know. I'd probably say Pearsall, you keep BTJ and Neighbors for now. Pearsall and Pickens are movable. Igbuka, I probably keep. Harvey, Tank Tootin. I mean, I would say Breece Hall is a nice trade for player. I think Kyren is also a decent player to trade for. Achane's pretty. People are pretty afraid of him right now. You could potentially trade Neighbors down into a. I mean, this squad's good. I want to keep Neighbors and BTJ. So if it's me, I would trade Pickens or Igbuka if the price was right, but I'd only sell Buka on the extreme high. I guess so. Man, I don't know. Pearsall, what can you get? Go get Breece Hall. Pickens or Pearsall and Pickens to get a player like that. Kyren, I'd do both those guys for Kyren. Hampton would be kind of attainable, but Breece Hall would probably be your gamble. That I think the running back upside for Hall, it's the only player that holds potentially top 10 running back upside that you could go get that late probably. I'll make sure Ollie Gordon isn't out there. This is a $20 super chat from Sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe, I got your 20 watt on screen. I'm going to help you immediately. You jump the line. Appreciate you. We got Johnny jumping the line with a $20 hauler. Appreciate you, Johnny. Thank you very much. Let me just go scroll through and see if there are any other $20 haulers that need to be pulled up. We got Cheapo. Appreciate you dropping the $20 hauler. We've got this one here from West Sider dropping the $20 hauler. Wants immediate attention. And let me just scroll down and see if there's any others. We got this one, 33, dropping the $20 hauler, wants immediate attention. Thank you very much for the super chats. Appreciate you guys very, very much. And we've got this one here from Shelly, $20 hauler, wants immediate attention. And then we got another one from Drip. Drip wants a $20 immediate attention hauler. Answered. Thank you so much, Drip, for dropping that one. And then let's see here. I think we're caught up on those. Let me go through these as fast as I can. As you can see, there's a very long questions. So I'm going as fast as I can, but these take tremendous amount of brain power and reading like a novel on each of these. So $20 hauler from Sloppy Joe, 14 team, 14 pick. How did I do? Fields, Achane, Walker, getting rid of Walker. You got Sharbs, but I'm still trying to trade Walker and keeping Sharbs. Nico, Buka, Bowers, Brees Hall. Love the team, actually. It's really, really good. I don't know if you're going to be able to get rid of anything. Walker, potentially with Achane and Walker. But you got Brees Hall. So Achane and maybe I trade Walker. Walker for a quarterback upgrade. Walker and Fields for a major QB upgrade. Charbonnet will gain you value for a trade later. You're definitely a candidate to wait if you cannot make this trade. I don't want you trading anything else. So it's Walker and Fields for an upgrade. If nobody wants Walker, you could offer Sharbs and Walker, I suppose. But I would rather you wait and not make a move because I think Charbonnet can be a top 6 to 10 running back. So, Walker is just somebody I maybe trade. If you can't get rid of Walker and Sharbs for the right player or Fields and Walker for the right player, I would contemplate what Walker could solo get me. I just don't know that I would make the move right now. Sloppy, I'm going to probably tell you that in a 14 team, we're going to probably tell you to just stand down for now. Try and get Walker for Fields, upgrade to a QB. Past that, I'm just going to hold for a week because it's 14 teams. I'm not just going to get out of Walker for anything, How did I do with the 6-pick 12 team? Thank you, Sloppy. Appreciate you. 1 QB, 2 running back, 3 flex. JD5, Penix Jr., Gibbs, Achane, Bucky, Hunter, Tyler Warren. Love the team. JCM Rice. Probably sitting on this one, bro. I don't want you trading Achane or Gibbs. I don't want you trading Buka. I don't want you trading Hunter. I don't want you trading Tyler Warren. Rice and JCM for a safer player that isn't out 6 weeks. I would consider it, but I also don't want to trade Rice. I love Rice. Gordon and JCM are meal tickets to a later upgrade potentially, but this team is fire. I'm probably just waiting on Rice because once Rice comes back, your wide receivers are off the hook. Hunter, Buka, and Rice is phenomenal. So unless you're trading Rice and JCM right now for a Lad McConkey or higher, which I think helps you right now, Puka Nacua, London, BTJ, I'm attempting to go do that. But if I can't do that, I'm probably standing down. Cheapo, appreciate your super chat here, my boy. Hey, Smitty, how cooked am I? Is there any moves I could make? Redraft 12-team PPR. Jamar Chase, Kyren, McConkey, Burrow, Hunter, Sharbs, Bill, Evan Ingram, bench, Pittman Jr. I don't think you're cooked. I think Jamar Chase and Kyren and McConkey and Burrows and Hunter and Sharbs is pretty damn good. There's not much for you to move, though, I'll be honest. Unless you take Jamar Chase and turn him into like a London and Hampton or something, then I really like that idea. So explore what Jamar Chase can get you, but don't go down any further than London or BTJ or Puka Nacua or something like that. And you need to get a whole big monster on top of it, or you just don't do it. And if Jamar Chase goes out there and explodes, you might be able to sell him, high later. I would say that's your only move if you were to get the right combo of players. I'm talking like Hendy and freaking you get a Hampton Hendy-esque player to go along with a BTJ, and it's a no-brainer. But that's the only thing you can do. $20 hauler, 16 teams. 16's rough. Typically score 50% more. Running backs typically score 50% more than wide receivers. Have Mahomes, Rice, Ridley, Kupp, Mims, Bucky, Kyren, Harvey. Love the squad. Tyler Warren, love the show. Don't, bro, a 16-teamer, what are you doing? How'd you do this? You're waiting on these receivers. You're waiting on everything. There's nothing to move here. You just got to wait it out. Bucky, Kyren, Harvey, don't trade any of that. Ollie Gordon might be your meal ticket into that wide receiver upgrade. Just wait and let him ferment. Let him score in week 1. Let people go clamoring for Ollie Gordon. They're already doing it. You could try and explore it. You got Rice sitting out for a while. You could go Ollie and Rice for one receiver that's playing now. Lad, Puka, etc. Ollie and Ridley for a wide receiver right now that's, Lad McConkey-esque or higher. Probably higher. And if not, you're just sitting on Ollie. If no one wants to pay the advanced rate for Ollie, You wait for him to explode. Shelly, $20 hauler. Thank you. Superflex 10-man PPR. Burrow, Dak, fantastic quarterbacks. Jamar Chase, London, Pickens, and Buka Debo. I don't even know how you decide who to start each week. And it doesn't mean you just necessarily trade the depth away. Now, here's where I would say now we do. Kyren, love it. Harvey, love it. Walker, Chuba. Actually, you know what? Chuba's great too. Walker, geez. Bowers, got sniped on Sharps. I'm trading Walker and Chuba together to go get a Hendy. And I think that lands it. Hendy or above. Bucky, Achane. Try Achane with his injury. Walker, Chuba for Achane or for Bucky. And if not, I'm using maybe Chase and London are amazing. I'm maybe using Pickens and Walker for one running back. Hendy, Hampton. Walker to upgrade Dak Prescott slightly into a Mahomes. Those would be the moves to make with that team. Great squad. 8.3 out of 10. It's fantastic. Hey, Smitty, rate my draft. 10-man, 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. Bajan, Bucky, Lamar Hendy. How do you get better than that? MHJ, Hunter, Hawkinson, JCM, Rashee Rice. Love waiting on Rice. Love the receivers. Only thing I'm looking to do, JCM and Hawkinson for a McBride. JCM and Hawkinson for Kittle. JCM and Hawkinson for something. Throw Kyle Pitts into your lineup. Trade JCM and Hawkinson for a player. A potential wide receiver monster to hold you over while Rice is out. So maybe Lad McConkey using JCM and Hawkinson. Go get a receiver and throw Pitts into your tight end spot. He deserves it. $20 hauler. Rate my team. May, Penix Jr. Okay quarterbacks. I mean, I obviously like Penix Jr. Achane, Jacobs, Kyren. Love Achane and Kyren. I'm trading Jacobs for a wide receiver, a cross position. People want running backs. You'll be able to get easily you could probably get a BTJ, Puka, a St. Brown, or a London. And if you can't straight up for Jacobs, you could throw in something smaller. I don't know that you could throw in Golden because you probably need him right now. You have Golden, Buka, and then this player you're going to acquire. But you can definitely afford, given you have Kyren and Achane. And do you have Ollie Gordon? Tell me you've got Ollie Gordon. Where's Ollie Gordon? Where the hell is Ollie Gordon? Man, that sucks. Hey, you got to go get Ollie Gordon, bro. Somehow, some way. Hopefully he's on waivers and you just haven't picked him up yet. But he's probably gone because everybody and their mother needs and wants him now. Looking to trade Kyren and Achane's Golden. Do it live. Jacobs for a wide receiver. Second squad, Goff, Love, May, Achane, JCM, Hunter, Rashad White. Don't like Rashad White at all. Chase, Cup, Rice, Igbuka. Love the team. Probably trading Kittle, if I can, to maybe upgrade your JCM. You know, Bucky, Kyren, you got Achane and so Genty, Kittle and something for Genty, Kittle and JCM for Bucky potentially, but I also don't see Gordon on this team either. You guys got to grab Gordon. If anybody's drafting and still has to draft, make sure you're drafting mother freaking Gordon. He is a must-own player. He is a standalone league winner, and he is an absolute zero. There's no reason someone should have Achane without Gordon. You reach an entire round if you need to. Trade Pickens and Javonte for Barkley, Smith, and Pacheco. Lamb, Pickens, Javonte for Barkley, Smith, Pacheco. Devontae Smith? Give me the Lamb Pickens side if that's Devontae Smith. Sometimes it's JSN and you guys say Smith and it's not. That's not how you say JSN. But yeah, I'm going to try and trade Pearsall and Pitts for a tight end. Warren might be hard to get. Would you try Hawkinson, Kelsey, Ingram, Andrews? No, I'd rather keep Pearsall and Pitts, and I'd rather trade Pearsall for something else. I think Pitts could be just as good as him, bro. I know a lot of people, might disagree with that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And then Smitty need help. Mayfield Fields. Okay, let me handle this one after this $20 super chat. $20 super chat from Siobhan.
Super chat alert.
Javon, appreciate your super chat. Mayfield, Bucky, Harvey, Lamb, London, Kraft, Ibuka, Patriots, and McLaughlin. This is a great squad. We got about 800 people in the building. Please hit that thumb up button. We only have 262 thumbs up, and we have almost 800 people in the building. Mayfield, Bucky, Irving, Harvey, Lamb, London, Kraft, Ibuka. This is a fantastic squad. I love that you got Rice sitting there. Debo on the bench is hard, though. JCM. Probably looking to upgrade, if I could, Mayfield using JCM or Debo, to be honest with you. Or upgrading Harvey, even though I love Harvey. I'm still interested in getting Bucky's and Genties and Achane's over Harvey. So I'm probably trying to maybe trade Harvey and Debo, or Harvey and JCM potentially. Rice is amazing on the bench. Again, if you didn't do anything, this would still be an 8.0 team easily. It's a very, very solid squad. Thornton, please rate my team. Would you accept Laporta, Addison for Rice and Kraft? No. I think Kraft is crafty, and I think Rice is a league winner, and Addison's out 3 games anyway. So I'm going to say no. You're not hurting at tight end. Don't think that Kraft is not a good tight end. Kraft is a very good tight end. Kraft is a solid player. Would I trade Kraft and maybe JCM to go get Tyler Warren? Try that move, because Tyler Warren would be a league winner for you, and I believe Kraft still has trade value. So definitely consider that move. Thank you very much for your super chat, by the way. Mayfield, Fields, James Cook, Ollie Gordon, Bill, and then JK. Actually, real quick, let me go back to that squad. See if there's anything else I could give you, Siobhan. Appreciate you, because this was a $20 hauler. I want to make sure you get amazing attention. I love the squad, though. Damn it. You know, what are you going to do? Debo for the QB upgrade, too. And I like Baker. I'm not saying I don't like Baker. I love Baker. But there's opportunity here. JCM or Debo to upgrade Baker into a Mahomes or higher. I think the opportunity might be there. And somebody's struggling at QB or running back or wide receiver. So JCM or Debo. As far as like Kraft, if you were to upgrade Kraft using Debo into a Kittle, or but I think Tyler Warren's your ticket. JCM and Kraft for Tyler Warren is the way to go. I really think that's a league winning move. Smitty, Mayfield, Fields, James Cook, Ollie Gordon, Bill, JK, St. Brown, London, Garrett Wilson, Worthy, Ibuka, Ayuk. Trade Worthy or Garrett Wilson with Ja'Cory Krosky, Merritt, or potentially, I just don't love the running backs. So, make that move. Try and go get a player, Garrett Wilson or Worthy with Ja'Cory Krosky, Merritt. Might get you a Kyren, might get you a Hampton, might get you a Hendy. James Cook for Hendy, straight up, I would do. James Cook for potentially Harvey and a wide receiver upgrade or running back upgrade, whatever, if you could turn something into something there. London, St. Brown are probably don't trade those guys. Love them, but after St. Brown and London, Garrett Wilson and Worthy are totally movable. Ibuka, don't trade Ibuka. So Garrett Wilson and or Worthy in James Cook. You could even do a 2 for 2. 2 for 2 might even make sense with that squad. Honestly, it's a really, really good team. Appreciate you, and keep trying the Garrett Wilson and Worthy and Gordon. I mean, Gordon's going to eventually gain value, or you just hold Gordon and you just upgrade James Cook and you ride light at the running back 2 spot, but in crafty style with Gordon. That's probably what I do. James Cook and Worthy for one monster, Bucky, Achane, etc. Garrett Wilson and Cook for one monster. I know you might think James Cook is a monster, but he's really not, in my opinion. I think he's an anomaly touchdown guy. Regressions in the cards. Angel with the $20 hauler. Angel, appreciate you with the $20
alert. Super chat alert.
Angel, can't thank you enough for the $20 super chat. Sorry about the delay, guys. I got a lot of super chats still in the queue here, so I'm trying to get through them. I did not miss or skip anybody. If they're like, Smitty, I sent a super chat, it's sitting in a queue, and I'm trying to get through them as fast as I can. $20 haulers get immediate attention, so I'm pulling those in front. I'm just scrolling through to make sure I have no other pending $20 haulers that are in the mix here. Okay, I think I'm caught up on the 20s. Thank you very much, guys, for dropping these super chats. I'm trying to get through them as quickly as I can. But as you can see, everybody's asking full roster evals. So it's slow moving getting through them. 12-team PPR, 2 flex, Caleb Williams, Bijan, Bucky, Walker, Tyreek, Moore, Pickens, Ingram, bench, Rice, JCM, Wandell. You got you got sniped on Charbonnet. That sucks, bro. JCM, okay. Well, I'm trading Walker. Trading him. I don't want him without Sharps. I don't want him at all. And I like him, but I just don't trust him at all. Caleb Williams, I want to upgrade that quarterback value. Unless you love him, then stick with him. But Bijan, Bucky, and I'm trading Tyreek and Walker together for one monster. I go as high as I can go up. Lamb chops, I try and do it. BTJ, I'm still taking BTJ over Tyreek and Walker. And if I could get something else, I would. And if you could go Walker and DJ Moore for one player, I would consider that as well, obviously. Tyreek for Ladd straight up. Walker for Ladd straight up. You could throw in little small pieces like JCM and Walker, or JCM and Tyreek could maybe get you a Ladd McConkey or higher. Obviously, London or BTJ would be more ideal type of player. Love the squad. Think the squad's pretty good overall. Once Rice comes back, you're balling. Benson might gain some value later. JCM is a good trade piece. That's how I would attack this team right now. George, appreciate you. $20 hauler from Angel. Angel, thank you for that 20 wad. What's up, my man Smitty? 9.0 Angel in the house. Pumped football is here. Let's go. Ready, smash. Missed the last few shows. Was on the road. What do you think of T-Law and BTJ and a Hunter stack, or Buka over Hunter in the flex? I probably go Buka this week in the flex. Triple H and Associates doing it live. And T-Law, BTJ, I think Liam Cohen gets this offense humming. And keep in mind that T-Law didn't do any sort of checkdowns or slow or short yardage stuff last year. And that's why he was so bad. They're going to be checking down like crazy, quick slants. Everything's going to BTJ and Hunter, and a lot of short yardage stuff that's going to be turned into wide back, big play capability moves like the Niners used to do with Debo. So that's what you're going to see out of BTJ and Hunter. They're going to be playing a lot of wide back looking plays will be unraveling left and right. It'll be hard for defenses to contain this offense, and T-Law is going to look a lot better. Probably borderline 7 to 12 quarterback material at least. Sutton, McMillan, Igbuka, Pearsall sit like them all. In order, I'm going to rank them: Igbuka, Sutton, McMillan, Pearsall, or Pearsall, McMillan. Juwan Jennings is back. That kind of puts a little bit of a damper on Pearsall, just a little bit. Please rate my team: Allen, Harvey, Chuba, CD, London, McBride, Igbuka. Love this team. Bench Gordon. You're sitting on Gordon. Higgins, Jaden Higgins. It's nothing you can trade there. Rice on the bench. I think you could trade maybe Rice if you needed to, or you just wait on it. But this team's really good. Allen, Harvey, Chuba, CD, London. You're really good. McBride, Igbuka. Probably only thing I'd consider would be moving Chuba and Rice together, or if you could trade Gordon high, but I would not trade him high unless they could trade him absolute high. But Chuba and Rice to go get like a Bucky or Hendy or Genty would make sense. Past that, you're just kind of waiting, Luis. I don't think there's much for you to do, or you're going to destroy your team potentially. KDS, appreciate you. Drop either May or Fields for Penix Jr. I would drop Fields separately. 10-team standard Grandma League. Got Kyler, Love, Genty, Harvey, Hall. Love the team. Sharps, bunch of firepower. Buka, BTJ, Marv, Garrett Wilson, Rice, Bowers. Got like allergies, man. My nose, my face is all itchy. My throat, I'm losing my voice. And then reading all these questions, obviously. This is, you got Bowers, you got Rice, you got so many players that are unbelievable. Wanted Hunter on one team. This is a solid squad, bro. This is so solid. You got so much depth. I don't even know that you need to make necessarily a move. Would I trade Garrett Wilson or Rice to upgrade Kyler into a top 3 or 4 quarterback? Sure, I probably would. Genty and Harvey and Hall are fantastic. Would I trade Hall and maybe, let's say, a Garrett Wilson, Hall and Rice for a Bucky? Yes. For a potential, lamb chops, like, of course. Would I trade Marvin Harrison Jr. and Hall for Lamb? Yes. Would I trade him for a slight step down. JJ or Neighbors, probably, yes. Any other moves, I probably just wait. This team's phenomenal, but I am trying to stack some of these players together to get one bigger monster. And I think quarterback upgrade makes sense too. So Garrett Wilson and for a QB upgrade, I think is probably the next move, KDS, that I'm trying to make. And I'm not saying I don't like Kyler, but Sutton, McMillan, Igbuka, Pearsall at already answered that one. Thank you for the super chat there. Appreciate you. Is there a scenario there Igbuka is more valuable and a keeper asset than JD5 in 2026? Sure. In a one QB, yeah. In a super flex, no. But JD5, look, JD5 and quarterbacks go in round 3 typically, some in round 2, and I think this year they're going to do so well. Maybe they will go in round 2 next year, or a couple of them will. But yeah, Igbuka, there's a world where Igbuka's got more fantasy football dynasty appeal. Smitty, all right, I answered this one already. Thank you for the super chat. Chris, thank you so much for the super chat. Separately, 10-team league. I answered this one already. Grandma League. Yeah, I answered that one already. Thank you so much for the super chat. And let me go over to this one here. Traded Derrick Henry for Achane and Godwin. First of all, Godwin's nothing. I don't even care about Godwin. I'd rather have Achane over Henry, so I do Smitty approve that trade. If you can flip Godwin now, I probably would. But I don't know that you're going to get much for him, so I'd probably say that's a tall order. But yeah, certainly interested in flipping Godwin. All right, back to the top of these super chats here. Thank you for your super chat. Full PPR, 3 wide receiver, 2 flex, 2 running back, 1 QB. Hurts, Gibbs, Bucky. Love this team. Debo, Pearsall, Devontae Smith, McBride, Sharbs, JCM, and maybe Pearsall for one slightly better wide receiver. You know, thinking about MHJs, thinking about players like JSN potentially. Devontae Smith and JCM for an upgrade into a London or a BTJ. I certainly entertain that. Past that, I'm kind of standing down and letting Ollie Gordon, JCM, gain some value. Sharbs gain some value. Devontae Smith gain some value. Pearsall, I do try and move, though. I think Pearsall, Debo, Pearsall, Devontae Smith for one player is probably the best move right now. And Pearsall's got tremendous trade value right now, and I don't buy that it'll be there all year. It's still a crowded situation, and you still got Kittle and CMC commanding more attention than even Pearsall. 12-man PPR, Lamar, Chase Brown, Kamara, Jefferson, Judy, Kelsey, Bench, Rice, Eckler, Benson, Ollie, Goff, and 2 defenses approved. Okay, so I'd probably say with this squad, Kamara and Judy could be moved for one player. That's probably my go-to move here. Judy and Kamara for one better player. Think Genty, think Kyren, think Achane, think Bucky. Achane's probably pretty attainable given the injury concerns right now. That's what I'm doing with that squad. That's what I'm focused on. 12-team PPR. My squad is Purdy. I'd like to upgrade Purdy. Bijan, Bucky, Ted McMillan, Garrett Wilson, Bowers, Golden, Benson. Good squad. I like Travis Hunter on the bench. That's fantastic. I'd be tempted to move, let's say, Ted McMillan and I don't think you got a running back you can move. Kraft's got some value. I potentially move Kraft. That's not bad. I think you're looking at maybe Ted McMillan and Garrett Wilson for one bigger, stronger, better player. One player. Maybe you're moving Ted McMillan or Garrett Wilson to move Purdy into a top 5 QB. That's how I change that team. There's not much else you can do, honestly. I'm not getting rid of Bijan or Bucky. I'm not getting rid of Bowers. So that's all you got. Maybe Matthew Golden and maybe Matthew Golden and Purdy could get you a slight Bo Nix upgrade. And then you wouldn't have to touch Ted McMillan. I love Travis Hunter, but I also want Travis Hunter eventually in your lineup. 14-team standard league. I have Goff, Chase Brown, Connor, Nico, Ladd, Aaron Jones, DJ Moore, Najee, Hawkinson. Need a QB offer, Aaron Jones and DJ Moore for Jaden Daniels. Aaron Jones and DJ Moore for Jaden Daniels. He has Lamar. Oh, man, I'd give up more than that if I had to. Throw in Hawkinson if you need to do this. Throw in DJ Moore, Aaron Jones, and Mixon if he needs Mixon. But I'd throw Hawkinson in just to get it done. If that's crazy. That's a trade that would get vetoed. That's an unbelievable squad. Aaron Jones. Oh, my God. Aaron Jones and DJ Moore. There's no way you're pulling that off. I would love to know if you're pulling that off. I bet you you're coming up with this idea and you're going to get the door slammed in your face. But that's okay. Try it. Sometimes the door doesn't get slammed in your face. 10-man PPR, Hurts, James Cook, Hubbard, Puka, Neighbors, Hawkinson, Travis Hunter, Kupp, Ollie, Krosky, Merritt. So Krosky, Merritt, and Ollie eventually going to get more value, so you probably hold on to them for now. I'd honestly see who's on waivers. Hunter Henry's not horrible. I'm trading Hawkinson and Hubbard or Hawkinson and James Cook to get that Genty and Achane upgrade. And I think Hawkinson's got good trade value right now. Daniel with a $10 hauler rate, my 0.5 team, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex. Allen, London, Devontae Adams, J-Mo, Bijan, Pollard, Igbuka on the bench. We got to get Igbuka in the lineup somehow. I don't know what you can do here. London, Devontae, J-Mo. I'm trading J-Mo and Pollard for one better player and then get Igbuka in the lineup. That's what I'm doing. J-Mo and Pollard for Kyren, Hampton, those types of players. Honestly, that's a big difference maker if you can get Igbuka in that lineup and make that kind of move. Appreciate you, Daniel. Got Lamar, Genty, Hendy, Neighbors, Pickens, Igbuka, Kraft, Harvey starting, Diggs and Ollie Gordon on the bench. Can possibly start. Am I cooked? Oh. I would probably say you're good, bro. I don't think you're cooked at all. I think, in fact, you'll be doing the cooking. And you're probably just waiting on Ollie Gordon to maybe get you a chance to trade out of... You got Lamar, bro. Genty, what do you mean are you cooked? Pickens is going to ball out. Just wait on this team. There's nothing to trade. There's nothing to trade. Ollie Gordon will be your savior to a trade or to just putting in your damn lineup and winning. Just winning. Straight up winning. Just did our league draft, 12-man, half PPR. What do you think? JD5, Genty, Bucky, Worthy, Adunze, Hunter, Evan, Ingram, Olave. Thanks for all the content. Appreciate you. Amazing pieces on this team for sure. And JD5, Genty, Bucky, Hunter. Love that. Olave. Let's say Olave and Worthy, Adunze and Worthy. I'm definitely interested in getting some sort of, I would say higher than Lamb. Higher than Ladd. You're not going to get Lamb. You're probably wanting to get over a Ladd McConkey. Unless you're trading, let's say, Olave and Worthy for Ladd. I'm okay with that. Olave and Adunze for Ladd or for something. You could always go get, using Worthy and Adunze, you could probably go get, I don't know, some sort of wide receiver like, I don't think you'll get London or BTJ. You could try. You could take a gamble on an AJ Brown. I'm just not a huge fan of banking on that. But this is quite the squad. If you can maneuver Olave or Worthy or Dunze into just a slightly better wide receiver. I love Hunter. The only other thing, too, you could say, though, is that you don't really have the depth to make too many moves. I'd probably let this team ride for a little bit and see what's what. See if Adunze can earn his keep. See if Hunter can earn his keep. Maybe Worthy can earn his keep. Olave and one of them, if you could do a small upgrade, and that's it. That's it. I don't think I'd do a single thing other than that. I'm going to stand down on that, actually. This one here from James with a $10 hauler. Hey, Smitty, drafting now my big league. What are your thoughts? 12-team. Hendy, Harvey, Chase, Hunter, McMillan, Rice, Addison, McBride, Warren still finishing the roster. I like the squad. I think the squad's really, really good. I think Jamar, Chase, and Hunter is fantastic. McMillan, Rice, you're good to go, bro. I would say wait on that squad. Don't move anything. Those are all very, very good values, James. Fantastic squad, my boy. Would you trade Wilson and Sharps to get Walker owner for London? Would I trade Wilson and Sharps to the Walker owner for London? I would take London over Wilson and Sharps right now. However, that could change. You're doing that on spec that Sharps is not the starter right now. But I would probably do that. Love watching Bill Belichick get his butt whooped. Thank you, Box of Juice, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Is Travis Hunter a start over someone like Debo, Keenan Allen, Pollard? I think over everybody but Debo. I would start Debo over him this week, but that's it. rank Eckler, Warren, Javonte, and Tracy and ETN. Probably Tracy, then ETN, and then I don't really want to start Warren or Eckler, so I don't care to rank them, but definitely would take Tracy and then ETN in that order. This one here, Herbert, T. Law, Bajan, Bucky, Hendy, Ollie, Ladd, JSN, Buka, Debo, Rice. I like the squad. Warren, Pitts, Rate, any moves to make. I think it's a good team. I think Bajan, Bucky, Hendy's insane. I think Ladd, JSN, Buka is very underrated with Debo, Rice. So I guess if you could trade like 2 wide receivers like Ladd and JSN or Debo and JSN for one bigger wide receiver, that's the only thing I would do with that squad. Very good team. Just let it sit, let it ferment. I think you told me stand down for now, but I'm an uneasy Eddie. Should I try and trade Rice, like Ridley, Krosky, Merritt, and Rice for what? If you were going to trade that, I would probably say you're going London, BTJ, AJ Brown, even though I'd be worried about AJ Brown. It makes sense, but I would probably go London or Krosky, Merritt, Ridley, Rice. I mean, you got to get a London. You got to get a BTJ. You got to get a St. Brown. You just have to. What if you're going running back? Yeah, Hendy. I'd take Hendy for all that. Sure. Genty, Bucky, Achane. Those are all the players that you're going to need in that situation. 100%. Yes, sir. Appreciate your super chats. $20 hauler from Toxic. Appreciate Toxic with the $20 hauler. DJ dropping a $20 hauler as well. DJ, appreciate your super chat, my young man. Toxic says results from the custom 12 team I asked about this afternoon. JD5, Achane, Connor, London, Ted, McMillan, Kraft, Pickens, Mason, Sharps, Hunter. Like the squad. Got sniped on Gordon and Warren. That sucks. That really sucks. What about Benson? Do you have Benson? Yes, you do. Okay, so Connor and Benson are a trade piece for me. Connor, Benson, and T-Mac would be a move I would probably make to go get a Kyren. Connor, Benson, and T-Mac to get Kyren, Bucky, Achane, or a Hendy. Or you got Achane. Kyren, Bucky, Genty, and I don't know. It kind of runs thin there. If you were to get like a Hampton, you need something else in addition. But definitely, you got the pieces to make this trade. I think, Charbonnet with a Pickens potentially added to a Connor could get you a big piece as well. Toxic, so that's probably where I'm headed with that team. Like the squad, lots of movable pieces, which is nice. You can throw out like 25 different offers to the 11 other owners. What's up, Smitty? My son wants feedback on his team. Burrow, Kyren, Hendy, Jettas, Puka, JSN, Loveland, Benches, Harvey, Pearsall. Like the team at Buka. Want to get a Buka in the lineup, bro. Want to get a Buka in there so badly. But I would say overall, it's a great team. Burrow, Kyren, Hendy, Jettas, Puka, JSN. How do you go wrong there? How do you go wrong there? You aren't, is the answer. But Harvey and JSN, you're going to debate whether you're going one or the other at some point if that's a flex play. If it's not a flex play, it looks like it might not be. Kyren, Hendy, Jettas, Puka, JSN. I don't know if you have a flex. Pearsall, eventually I'm upgrading something. JSN and Pearsall for one better player. Everything else I just kind of stand down on. It's a fantastic team. I'd say it's at 8.0, my boy. 8.0. 8.0 squad. Looking really, really nice. May, Chase, DK, Hendy, Connor, Kittle, Tracy, Igbuka, Rice, Ollie, Benson, Judkins. Wait for the Judkins news, then strike. Connor and Judkins for one better player from some running back needy team that's got one RB. Potentially I'd trade Rice and Connor now for something, James. That could work. That could be good. Got offered Igbuka and Sharps for Puka. Thoughts? Igbuka and Sharps for Puka. Thoughts? Man, in redraft, I'm going to say no for right now. In Dynasty, I definitely say yes. Redraft, I just think, I like it. I like Igbuka a lot. I just want to be careful not to get ahead of my skis with that value. I mean, we love Buka. Buka is going to be a stud. Smitty, I messed up. I draft went sideways. 12-man Dak, Hunter, Sutton, Rice, Pearsall, Genty, Bucky, Irving, Hampton, Kittle, Bench, Leggett, Gordon, Mitchell, Herbert. Trade away for who? I'd probably say with this team, Sutton is somebody I'm trying to get rid of. Pearsall, I'm trying to get rid of. Love Genty and Bucky Irving and Hampton. Probably not trading those guys. You know, a good saving grace here for you would be probably George Kittle. I don't know what tight end you can pick up off waivers. Hopefully Kyle Pitts would be out there, or you can make a small trade. Kraft is a good add. I just think Kittle is going to get you the wide receiver help that you probably need and want. However, you're not at the end of the day, it's not bad. Pearsall and Kittle together, some Niner fan would overpay for that. I think you're going after like a London, a BTJ, a St. Brown. Don't settle. Don't give up Kittle for just anybody. Gordon's going to be a saving grace for you as well. So Gordon eventually with Pearsall might get you something great. Gordon eventually with Sutton might get you something great. I don't think I trade the RBs. I think I'm more of a stand down mode than anything. Ty, appreciate your super chat. My boy, doing it live. Jordan, blank super chat. I don't know what the message is. You got to attach it in the super chat. Otherwise, by the time I get to it, there's no way I'm going to find your corresponding message. Thank you for the super chat, though. Smitty, my last super asked if I could upgrade QB, says James. All right, James, let me go find that again. Hold on one second. Let's see here. Where's James's super chat? Upgrade at QB. I would say, yeah, I mean, look, if you could get rid of Rice right now or Tracy or in the Kittle move, if you were to go to the Tyler Warren owner, see what QB they have. If you could do a massive quarterback upgrade while getting Tyler Warren, I think you would win. You would win that trade massively. That would be my advice for a quarterback upgrade. Everybody wants to get Kittle, bro. So he's pretty easy to trade away. And I look at that. I would also look at potentially, an Evan Ingram team. And I don't know. I potentially look at the Kyle Pitts team and grab Kyle Pitts off waivers if he's available. How do you feel about Neighbors currently at 1.8? It's risky, but I don't mind it like in one league. But I just don't know if I would take him in a bunch of leagues because of the toe. It's just a concern at some point. Definitely would take him. Miss my super chat first time. Thanks. I haven't missed the super chat yet. I'm just going through them all. I'll pull yours ahead though. I appreciate you. There's just so many of them. I'm sorry. I'll put it on the screen right there. Can you please read my $5 super chat? Jordan, I might have already done it, but I'm going through them as quickly as I can. Can't really jump you ahead of the line. It is what it is. Jordan, I'll put you right here. But it's not that I've missed anybody's super chat. It's just there are a lot of them, and it's a queue. It's a queue situation. Liz, appreciate you. Smitty, great stuff, man. 12-man, 0.5. QB, Dak, Genty, Chase Brown, Hendy. Love the running backs. Allen Brooks. Wide receivers, Higgins, Devontae Smith, Igbuka. A little bit to be desired here. Love Jaylen Warren at the tight end spot. Loveland's tradable right now. So Loveland and maybe a Higgins for a wide receiver bump to London, to BTJ, to even Ladd McConkey potentially. So Loveland and Higgins for Ladd McConkey maybe. Dak Prescott, I wouldn't mind keeping if I could upgrade the wide receivers instead using what you got. So Higgins and Devontae Smith, because I love Igbuka so much. You could do Higgins and Devontae Smith for a wide receiver upgrade. But I think Loveland might be a good potential player piece to throw around. People do tend to trade for Loveland. I think Higgins and Igbuka, I don't think I trade any of these RBs. I don't want to trade Chase Brown, Genty, or Hendy. Braylon Allen might be movable, but not quite yet. And so your only move is if you can get somebody to take either Devontae Smith and Higgins, which could put you in a hole, but maybe Tesla is available, and I do like that for right now. I think you're probably trying to grab Loveland and Devontae Smith or Loveland and Higgins for a slight wide receiver upgrade. London would be great. BTJ would be great. St. Brown would be amazing. Other potential running backs you could upgrade, or wide receivers you could upgrade to. Let me see if I can pull up a ranking here and just spitball something for you. Let's see here. Rankings. Let me go to ADP rankings on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. Will be drafting tonight on Underdog. So get your Underdog on. Brian Thomas Jr., London. Like, Lad's tough. I mean, Puka Nacua maybe. Devontae Smith and Higgins could easily, if someone was in need, get you a Neighbors or a London or a BTJ. Higgins and Devontae Smith could probably get you one of those. London would probably be the most attainable. AJ Brown using Loveland and Devontae Smith, or Loveland and Higgins, is a possibility. Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think, is a little bit better than Higgins, so I would give Loveland and Higgins for JSN. That might be one of those crafty wide receiver ones. Look, he was like wide receiver 7 last year, JSN. Jackson Smith and Jigba. So I would definitely go acquire him if possible. Thank you for that super chat. Just traded Pearsall plus a 26 first rounder and a 27 first rounder for Neighbors. Pearsall and 2 first rounders for Neighbors in Dynasty. Now starting 3 wide receivers, Chase, Neighbors, and McConkey. What do I think? I like the trade, Jordan. I definitely would have made that trade. 100% making that trade. I definitely give up 2. I give up 3 first rounders for Neighbors. No, you're backed up with supers. Don't know if mine got lost. It didn't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying the best I can. There's a truckload of them, and I'm very grateful. But I can only go through as fast as I can go through. Thank you and Travis, for organizing the Patreon draft tonight. 16 teams, no drama. I haven't seen it yet. I've been live, so I'm very intrigued to see how it went. There was a Patreon spillover draft where everybody that didn't get in was able to do that one. Trade Harvey Pearsall for Hampton. I'd take Hampton as much as I love Harvey, but that could backfire. We love mother-freaking Harvey. I mean, he's fantastic. Any videos available for my name to be on? Yes, any video you want. $100 hauler gets you on any video you want to be on. You just tell me and I'll put you on it. So appreciate you. Let me go back up. Do I have any $20 haulers? I don't. I've got, I'm down to about 20 super chats here. So just hang tight. If you haven't been, if yours hasn't been answered yet, I'm not skipping you. Hey, Smitty, they're all full team eval, so they take forever. Hey, Smitty, just finished my last draft. Purdy, Genty, Hampton, Ollie, Mason, Tank, London, Igbuka, Pickens, Rice, Thornton, Kittle. Any moves? Love the receivers. Love that Rice is waiting in the wings. Genty, Hampton, I love that. I'm not trading that. I honestly, Purdy's not my favorite here. So if I could maybe trade, let's say, I don't know, Kittle's awesome too. If I could trade Kittle down to Tyler Warren to upgrade my Purdy, I would do that. I would do that. And if not, I would, to upgrade potentially even Pickens to a monster, I would do that. And I'm talking monster. Like Neighbors, Kittle and Pickens for Neighbors or higher. And if not, Kittle and Purdy for Tyler Warren and a quarterback upgrade. And honestly, you go to, you find a Niner fan somewhere, they're taking Purdy and Kittle for the quarterback. But you gotta go the Tyler Warren owner first and foremost. Ingram and Tyler Warren owner. See if they believe that tight end upgrade is worth it to them to get Purdy and make that swap. Appreciate you very much for the super chat, my boy. $10 hauler from Adam. Thoughts on any moves? JD5, Chase Brown, Hendy, JCM, St. Brown, Ridley, Pearsall. I'm trading Ridley and Pearsall for one player. I'm keeping Chase Brown and Hendy and JD5. Keeping St. Brown most likely, although I'd be entertaining a Pearsall and St. Brown for like an upgrade of JJ or something like that. Ridley and Sharbs at some point. Sharbs becomes a great trade piece for you. Sharbs and Pearsall might even get you one player later on. Go Pearsall right now with Ridley if you can and try and upgrade that. JCM and Ridley if you can to get that potential Lab McConkey, or obviously like a Kyren or a running back like Hendy, Hampton, etc. Those are all very, very good moves. Picked up Rashard Smith. What is his role behind Pacheco since Hunt is the number 2? A report saying that he's special. Yeah, bro, they want to get him the ball. Now, it might be a slow start. It could be week 4, week 5, week 6, week 2, week 10. But Rashard Smith has the potential to eventually start for this team. And they want to use him as a wide receiver while Rice is out. So they should be putting him on the field. Now, we've heard that before and then nothing happens. But I'm pretty confident that at some point in the next 4 weeks, Brashard Smith is going to be a thing. Rating any possible trades, 12-man. Daniels, Achane, ETN, Mason, Judkins, Benson. I'm waiting for Judkins to get signed, then I'm sending him off and getting what I can. JCM and Judkins could maybe get you one, player potentially. Breece Hall would be a great go-get in this situation. ETN for Breece Hall, Judkins and JCM for Breece Hall. Or you just roll the dice with JCM and you say, you know what? This could be a monster. We don't need to get rid of JCM. JCM's good trade value right now, but he's also a great hold. McBride, I like it. BTJ, Ridley, Hunter, Debo. JCM and Ridley for a wide receiver upgrade would be also a phenomenal move, my boy. I like the team. Appreciate you very much. Just drafted 1 QB, Hurts, May, Chase Brown, Kyren, Hendy, Harvey, Dobbins, Mason, Jamar Chase, London, Igbuka, T-Mac, Golden. I'm trading T-Mac and probably I love Chase Brown, Kyren, and Hendy. Damn. You know what? I don't know that I'm making any moves at all. I'm sitting on this team. This is fantastic. Hurts, what do you got to move? Ingram, love it. T-Mac and I don't know. I don't even want to I don't want to upgrade Igbuka. I want to upgrade London. I don't want to upgrade Chase. Harvey and T-Mac for like a monster, like Bucky. Maybe. That's it. Bucky or Genty. That's it. Jordan overpay to get Genty or Bucky. Definitely do that. That's the only move I'd make, though. Smitty, 10-team PPR, JD5, Genty, K9. Where's Sharbs? I don't see Sharbs. Where's Sharbs? What are we doing here? CD, Rice, Ibuka, Golden, Ridley and K9 for one player. Ridley and K9 for one player. That's the move to make. That's the only move to make. Throw in JCM if you need to do it. Throw in Mason if you need to do it. Throw in Godwin or Benson or whatever. But I like that. That puts you in like an 8.5 level if you pull off a trade like that. 8.5 if you pull off a trade that requires no starters and just bench or an upgrade move like that. 12-team May, Chase, Brown, Hendy, Puka, Igbuka, Bowers, Diggs, Warren, Debo. Love the team. Judkins, I move the moment he signs. Sharbs, I move if you need to make a move like Hendy, Puka, Chase Brown, May. I would maybe move Sharbs to upgrade May. I'd move Judkins to upgrade May. I'd move either one to upgrade Diggs, Sharbs or Judkins. Problem is you probably got to wait until something happens with Judkins or Sharbs gains value. So you probably have to wait just a little bit. People are a little bit anticipating Judkins' bounce back. So you could maybe look at it now, though. 14-team full PPR, Mayfield, Breece, Trevion Henderson, Chase, Sun God in the 9th spot. Is that Chase Brown or is that Jamar Chase? Oh, man. McConkey's excellent flex play. I'm sitting on this team, bro. You didn't give me a lot to work with either, but I like the team. I'm going to say it's a 7.8, not knowing the depth and not loving Baker versus other quarterbacks, but still liking Baker. Baker still deserves some damn respect, no doubt about it. But I'd say until if I knew more of the roster, I could maybe give you a better assessment, but that's a really good team. There's not much trade value. Allen, Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Chase Brown, Henderson, Harvey, Ingram, Bench, Hunter, Addison, Higgins and Sharbs and Benson and JCM, all very movable pieces. Ollie Gordon's available. Who should you drop? Pick him up immediately. Kincaid, probably, if I don't need that tight end spot, I just wing it later. That's the move to make. And then as far as trades, Addison and Higgins, Sharbs, if you could trade them now. JCM, if you could trade them now. If not, let them ferment on the bench. Benson, let him ferment on the bench. So a Higgins and maybe a Higgins and Garrett Wilson for a wide receiver upgrade to the tune of like a BTJ, and you're balling. You're absolute straight balling if you make that move. $9 hauler here. Starters are Fields, Genty, Kyren, London, BTJ, Warren, Hendy, Bench, Igbuka, Rice, Sharbs, Ingram, Bill. Any moves to strengthen your QB room? Certainly could. So Fields and maybe look, Sharbs when he's ready. Ingram, you could throw Ingram out there. Ingram and Fields should get you a Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should easily be able to do that. Sharbs you just got to wait on Sharbs. Let Sharbs gain the value. Bill right now could potentially upgrade your quarterback. Those are all really solid ideas and moves, I think, personally, to make with that squad. I love it. We got a $100 hauler. DJ wants to be on one of the videos. What video does DJ want? Thoughts on any moves? on this team. Dak, Achane, Jonathan Taylor. DJ, thank you for the $100 holler. DJ coming in strong. What video do you want? Thank you for the feedback. What video do you want, bro? You pick any video you want. You want the Triple H and Associates? You want the Hendy, the house call Hendy? You want the Chase Brown video? You want the Supernova video? You can choose whatever you want, pal. 2 flex, Dak, Achane, Jonathan Taylor, Waddle, Garrett Wilson, Hunter, Tracy in the flex, Goddard, bench, Sharps. Rice is amazing on the bench, waiting, fermenting. And honestly, Waddle, I would couple with anybody. I think I like the team a lot. I just am not a big JT guy. So for me, I'm trying to downgrade JT into Hampton or Hendy. And honestly, JT for Hendy might afford you a Garrett Wilson slight upgrade, a Waddle slight upgrade, a Dak Prescott potential upgrade. Charbonnet gets included maybe, and all of a sudden you go to the Walker owner and see if you can upgrade Dak using Sharps. See if you can upgrade Garrett Wilson using Sharps. See if you can upgrade JT using Sharps. Those would be the moves I would make. And let me know what you want the Triple H and Associate video. I don't blame you. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that? That's the real question, DJ. The real question is, why wouldn't someone drop a $100 hauler to have their name shown the entire season? The entire season long, your name being shown whenever we do HHH and Associate drop. Let me copy this name right here. Drop it over here. Let me show it to you. Let's see what it looks like doing it live.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
DJ, there you go, my boy. You are on the map on the Triple H and Associate board. Jay's on here as well. We got Johnny777. BBQ is the first to get listed on this board. Thank you, BBQ. We haven't seen BBQ here as frequently the last couple of days, but he'll show up. We love our boy BBQ. BBQ to the mother freaking moon. DJ, thank you for the super chats. Appreciate you. And we're getting closer to getting these knocked off, so please bear with me. This one from James. James, appreciate your super chat. James says, got offered Harvey for my Hendy. I PPR, I mean, you're taking Hendy over Harvey, bro. I love both of them. Don't get me wrong, but just traded Jacobs and Andrews and Garrett Wilson for Igbuka and Bowers and Achane. I don't like that at all. I mother freaking love that.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Be careful of the veto police. Just traded Jacobs and Andrews and Garrett Wilson for Igbuka, Bowers, and Achane. How's that even possible? I mean, honestly, that's crazy. Slick Rick with a $20 hauler. Slick Rick, appreciate you, and I'm sorry I haven't seen that yet. If you dropped that a few minutes ago, I apologize for the wait. $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Slick Rick, appreciate you, my boy. What is going on here? Where did that go? Oh, I was on the other screen, wasn't I? Let me just get rid of these real quickly. Hold on 1 second. We're almost through the supers. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Where was I at? Was I on this screen? Slick Rick, there we go. Smitty, holy crap, just finished a 12 team on ESPN. Love my team. They gave me a D. Good. Knicks, BTJ, Chase Brown, Hendy, Harvey, MHJ, Igbuka, Loveland, Sharps, bro. Squad season, baby. And you're just waiting on that. Don't trade any of it. I love every one of it. Sharps, Ollie, Benson, Penix. Great job with Ollie. Ollie might be your league-winning move, bro. That might be your masterpiece. Slick Rick, you still here, pal? Where's my boy Slick? I want to make sure he's still here and he heard me. Slick Rick, thank you very much for the super chat, my boy. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Let me see if I've got any. Plug my free 20 team league drafting in 75 minutes. Tiny Doot. What? Tiny Doot. So, what are we doing here? ESPN 20 teamer. I don't know what this team name is. 75 minutes. My Tiny Doot. What are we doing here, Nick? Nick, appreciate you. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. What in the hell we're doing there? Appreciate you. Shout out to the boys. Nick and the boys doing the draft here soon. Nick, appreciate you. Nick to the moon. Do we have any other super chat $20 haulers that I need to get out of the way? I want to make sure I'm not leaving anybody hanging. Thank you very much for these super chats. You guys absolutely rock. Let's head over to this George question here. George says, my 12-team league, my Kyler, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Kyler running back. You did this again, I think. Unless I didn't. Maybe this is the same question where we weren't sure if it was a double Kyler. It was Kyler and Kyler. Yeah, I already answered this question. I think that was Kyren. If it was Kyren, your team's significantly better. George, I don't know if you ended up updating that or anything, but thank you for the super chat. 12-team Lamb, Chase Brown, Garrett Wilson, MHJ, Brees, Hunter, Ingram, Igbuka, Dak, Mason, Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon's your meal ticket. Rate your team. Your team's really good. Lamb and Chase Brown's fantastic. Garrett Wilson, Brees. Love this team. Probably just say like you're 7.9 waiting for one move, whether it's Ollie Gordon or Mason to upgrade Garrett Wilson, or you just have Ollie Gordon go into your lineup and you trade Brees Hall. Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson for like a Bucky or a Genty might be the way to go for you, and you throw Ollie Gordon, risk the biscuit right into your lineup. I'd be tempted to do that. I want to start Ollie Gordon as my running back too somewhere. I really do. I'm crazy though. 12-team, full PPR, 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver. Dak, Genty, Bucky, Hendy, JSN, Hunter, Pitts. Love the squad. The running backs are fire. I mean, you can't get better than that. What I trade, like you're waiting for Rice, so you're okay. You're okay with JSN and Hunter. This is fantastic. Igbuka on the bench, that's so hard. I put Igbuka in over Hunter this week potentially. Maybe, I don't know how you do. Maybe upgrade the quarterback spot. Charbonnet, wait on that. Gordon, wait on that. Marks, wait on that. Penix Jr., I like a lot too. Dak's not bad. I'd let it ride. This team is fantastic. I think you can maybe make some mistakes by trying to get rid of it, too early. So don't move anything. I like your squad. Your team is built in a way that I want to wait. Do I take BTJ, London, Genty, Achane, Lamb, Amon-Ra, or Nico? I have JJ and Neighbors as my keepers. Henderson or Harvey, I'm going Henderson. Achane or Genty, I'm going Genty by quite a bit, but I love both of them. What round is Tyler Warren? Probably like 8, 9, 10. It just depends. Read the board and try and take him. Count the ADP spots. Make sure his ADP won't expire or get really close to your pick. Otherwise, you might have to reach around. BTJ, London, or Genty. I'm going to go. You already have JJ and Neighbors. I'm going running back then for sure. And I'm going Genty. Genty, then Achane in that order. Make sure you get Ollie Gordon. Make sure you get Ollie Gordon no matter what, whether you take Achane or not. But Ollie Gordon is a key component for that. Josh Allen, Bajan, Achane, Harrison Jr., Garrett Wilson, Kittle, running back, Tank. It's a good squad. Bajan and Achane are fantastic. Honestly, Harrison Jr., Garrett Wilson are very underrated. Kittle, if this is me, I'm doing the same move. I'm going to downgrade Kittle into Tyler Warren, and I see if I can upgrade Marv or Garrett Wilson or just get an entirely extra player or upgrade Pacheco. That is the move to make for me. Tyler Warren is that good. So I'm going to advise you to do that personally. This one here from Jonathan. Jonathan with a $10 hauler. Jonathan, appreciate you very much. My boy, 12-team, QB Daniels, McCarthy, Young, Terry, Jameson, William, Hunter, Igbuka, Leggett, Tesla, Ayuk, Henry, Cook. I'm trying to. I don't like Henry and Cook. I just don't. I like the team. I just don't love Henry and Cook. If it's me, I'm getting rid of Henry for Genty. I'm trying to get something else. I'm trading Henry for Bucky. I'm trying to get something else. I'm trading Henry for Achane and trying to get something else. James Cook, I'm trying to essentially do a similar thing. Or maybe I'm doing a 2-for-2 where I'm trading J-Mo and Cook for a running back and a wide receiver. Or J-Mo and Cook for just a monster running back, potentially. Or you go very risky. You trade Henry, you get the Bucky, especially if you get Genty. Henry for Genty and something. And maybe you're upgrading like a scary Terry slightly to like BTJ or something. And then if you can get rid of James Cook straight up even for a Puka, a Lad, something like that, I would strongly consider that. I just getting rid of those two players. I think you can get a lot of value for them. The good news is they can easily be traded. If you like them, keep them. Don't listen to me, but that's what I would do. Rate my team number 2. JD5, Achane, RJ Harvey, Scary Terry, St. Brown, Kincaid, Devontae Smith, Bigsby, Charbonnet. Charbonnet is a meal ticket for you. You just got to wait on it. And would I trade Scary Terry right now with, let's say, Charbo for something? Go to the Walker owner, see what they have. See if you can upgrade Scary Terry significantly. See if you can upgrade Harvey significantly. See if you can upgrade Devontae Smith significantly. I think that Walker owner is probably shaking in their boots right now. So that's the move to make, in my opinion. 21 membership from Young says, thoughts on MHJ and JSN as my 2 receivers. I don't mind those, bro. Those aren't bad at all. Thank you for the membership or the celebratory message. Rate my team. JD5, CMC, HN, MHJ, JMO, Hunter, Ingram, benches, Sharbs. Waiting on Sharbs. Great trade piece. Nice work. Do I trade CMC? Yes, I would. I would trade CMC for Genty, HN, or Bucky. You already have HN, so you can't do that. But Bucky or Genty is a great move. Kyren even, but you get more if you do it for Kyren. And you're possibly taking like a JMO and upgrading him into a BTJ, like Genty and BTJ for JMO and CMC. That's what you're trying to do. If you do it 2 for 1, you can do that as well, or 1 for 2. CMC for Bucky, and you get an extra player like Travis Hunter, who you already have, but like a player like that. Igbuka would be amazing if you could get CMC traded into like a Bucky and Igbuka, or a Kyren and potentially a player like Ladd or something like that. So 100% trade our boy, unfortunately, CMC, who's given us a lot of fantasy football glory. No one's suggesting he hasn't. No one's saying he's a bum. No one's saying he is a bad player. It's just he's aging out, and there's bilateral chronic Achilles tendonitis. Thanks for the hard work, Smitty. 10-team league. Herbert, Bucky, Hendy, Scary Terry, DK, Bowers, Pearsall. Pearsall is a good trade piece right now. Ollie Gordon, you wait on. Travis Hunter is unbelievable. I like getting Travis Hunter into my lineup. I like DK, Bowers, and Scary Terry, but I think I trade DK and Pearsall for 1 wide receiver, or I potentially upgrade my quarterback using DK or Pearsall. Pearsall, Scary Terry, DK and Scary Terry all for 1 player. DK and Pearsall for Ladd. DK and Scary Terry for BTJ or higher. And if you got to get Ollie Gordon into a flex spot, I love that. I think it's worth taking the risk on. Kraft could be a player to move. People need tight ends, and they might potentially look at something if you throw a tight end in. Hurts, Bijan, Bucky, McLaurin, Puka, Warren, RJ Harvey, Waddle. Love this team. I want Hunter in there for Waddle if for any reason you're not doing that. Waddle and JCM for 1 slightly better player. JCM and McLaurin to upgrade slightly. Waddle, JCM, and McLaurin. Golden and JCM and McLaurin to upgrade to McLaurin slightly. Obviously, BTJ would be ideal. Ladd would be something that I also consider. I think Ladd's a little bit... Well, you could say McLaurin and Ladd are equal, so maybe not on the Ladd front. Bucky, Bijan not trading. Hurts not trading. RJ Harvey, honestly, I'm not trading him unless I'm coupling RJ and like Waddle or RJ and McLaurin for a monster like, Genty or Achane or something, which I would consider. Love the squad. Ollie Gordon might become your meal ticket to an amazing trade later. So understand that Ollie Gordon is a freaking league winner in his own right, but also a trade master. He's gonna create some sort of amazing situation for you. Let me go over to the screen here. My system's like freezing up right now. What the hell is going on here? Oh, probably because I have too many damn super chats on the screen. Let me go back here and just delete these real quickly. Hold on. We've got a ton of these on screen. Okay, there we go. Let's go back over here. Appreciate everybody being here. Turbo with the super chat. Mahomes, Genty, Bucky, Garrett Wilson. What a squad. Mahomes, Genty, Bucky, Garrett Wilson, Sutton, Otten. I'm not trading Hampton. I'm probably considering just trading Worthy and Sutton. I mean, I guess I'd trade Hampton and Worthy, or Hampton and Sutton for a HN or higher. Worthy and Garrett Wilson for 1 monster, like London or higher. Charbonnet is going to be a meal ticket for you later. I think you just kind of wait on the Sharps value. Honestly, I'd look at those trades, but if I'm waiting for Sharps, I'm waiting for Sharps, and Sharps should take you to the promised land. QB, Dak, Penix Jr., Genty, Hendy, Sharps, Benson, Gordon, Marks, Rashard Smith, BTJ, MHJ. Love the squad. Agbuka, Rice, Mims, Tesla. Very, very good squad. Tyler Warren is amazing. Genty, Hendy, Sharbs. Sharbs is your meal ticket. Benson's maybe a meal ticket. Gordon's maybe a meal ticket. Marks, you're kind of waiting and holding pattern mode. Because I'm not trading your running backs. I'm not trading BTJ. I like Agbuka. Rice is in the wings. MHJ maybe in Charbonnet early for one slightly better player. Like if you could go as high as a London or BTJ, then do that now. If not, wait on Sharbs. Don't trade Sharbs early or you're getting rid of him before he even rises. 10-teamer, Dak, Hampton, Bijan, BTJ, Neighbors, Warren. This team's unbelievable. So good job with this squad. Man, the wide receivers in the Hampton, Bijan's great. Dak. Trying to upgrade Dak potentially. Pollard and Dak. Honestly, you could afford to do MHJ and Dak for a wide receiver. I probably would do that. That's the move to make with that squad. This year, BTJ for Pollard and Higgins, Mooney. BTJ, hell no, bro. BTJ by a country mile over that. That's not even close. That would be the worst move you could make. Don't trade BTJ. Thanks, Devontae Smith, Loveland for Hunter. I'd take, honestly, I like Hunter and Devontae Smith, but I would take the gamble on this list because Hunter's got the ability to be a home run hitter. I would probably say yes to that. $20 hauler. It's a risk, but if you like taking risks, then it's a risk worth taking. $20 hauler from this guy.
Super chat alert.
Yes. My brother, what do you think? Need your best advice. Oh, I'm going to give it to you. I'm not going to give you a half-ass advice. So you don't even have to ask. Need your best advice. Playing for $1,500, 12-man standard. QB Purdy, don't like that. Running back, C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey, I'd trade that. Hendy, Sharbs, love Ollie, Bashal Tootin, Puka Pickens, T-Mac, Hunter, and Matthew Golden and Trey McBride. Love Trey McBride at the tight end spot. What a squad there. Other than I don't like Purdy. Sounds like you're a Niner fan. I don't know that I'm going to be able to talk you out of the Niner players. I mean, you literally got, it looks like Niner fever. But I'm trading Christian McCaffrey. I'm going and getting Genty. I'm going and getting Bucky. And if I can get more, I will. If I can upgrade T-Mac into a slightly better wide receiver in that McCaffrey trade, I'm doing that there. If not, I'm getting an extra piece. I'm trying to upgrade T-Mac or trying to use T-Mac potentially because I like your Puka, Pickens, and Hunter and Matthew Golden. I'm using T-Mac to get Purdy upgraded into a Mahomes or higher. Or I'm using Golden to do that or whatever. But Pickens could even get you that. I would potentially look at that. But I'm definitely trading C-Mac. I'm not keeping McCaffrey when I can go get a Genty or a Bucky Irving and something. So try and get the and something. I think your team's really, really good. I think you got the foundation to win. But I definitely would be making those moves. Start May, CD, Sutton. Thank you for that $20 hauler, my boy. Start May, CD, Sutton, Chase Brown, Kyren, McBride, Harvey, Bench, Caleb, Ridley, Adunze, JCM. JCM's a great trade piece, a great hold too. But Sutton and JCM for Lab McConkey or higher. JCM to upgrade Drake May into a Mahomes or maybe even a Bo Nix. Ollie Gordon you wait on because the value is going to go through the roof. Adunze and Ridley for one better wide receiver like an MHJ type. A Lab McConkey type. Those would be moves that I would be trying to make with this team. Appreciate you with the super chat. Rate this 10-team team. Jamar Chase, Bucky, Josh Allen, Chuba, Adams, Hunter, Harvey, Rice, Tyler Warren, Debo. 8.5. Don't touch it because I can already tell that you move those pieces for what? You already have the depth. You're just going to be moving it for more depth. Keep it, let it ride, let it simmer, let it marinate, and then we'll walk into week 2 with a whole bunch of buy low opportunities with your sell high opportunities. Thank you for the super chat. 12-man, CD, AJ Brown, McBride, Hendy, Harvey, Hunter, Adunze, Pearsall, Purdy. Did I just do this one? McCarthy, how do you feel? Looks very similar to one of them. Love the team. Probably considering like a Pearsall, Adunze, to upgrade that Purdy. I don't like Purdy and McCarthy. So Pearsall, Adunze to upgrade into a Mahomes if you can. Potentially a Bo Nix, I suppose. solid team at the end of the day. I do like it. Rockout says check GM. Rockout, I'm gonna have to check DMs later, bro. It's really hard to get into that when I'm doing this, but I'll try and look at that at the end of the show. Remind me if you can at the end if I'm on the way out the door. $10 hauler, 16-man league, 16's rough. 3 flex start, Daniels, Gibbs, Devontae Smith, Kamara, Hampton, Loveland, Diggs, bench. Wow. This is good for a 16-team league, bro. I don't even think I'm trying to move too much because you got a really good squad in a 16-teamer. I'd maybe try and move Kamara into a little bit safer avenue. And because you got Hampton and Gibbs, and because running backs are so sought after, part of me thinks you could go get the world at wide receiver. Part of me thinks you could take a Kamara and get a BTJ or a London or slightly below that because of the fact that people are going to be dying for running backs. Would I trade like Downs or Tank Bigsby to get that done? Or maybe Jaden Higgins? Sure. Would I trade Kamara for Lad McConkey, maybe even as a worst case scenario? Maybe. I mean, Kamara is definitely somebody I'm looking to move, though, and you've got the firepower to maybe make that happen. Start Jane Daniels Gibbs. That's crazy in a 16-teamer, bro. That's really good. Rock out again. Thank you, and please remind me, okay? And I'll look at that when I'm on that way out the door. Rate my team. 12-man PPR, Nix, Barkley, Achane, Hampton, Harris, Jr., Hunter, Ridley, Debo. Did I just read this one? Barkley? No, I didn't. I'm probably trading. Honestly, I'm trading Barkley for 2 players. I love Achane and Hampton. I love that. I'm trading Barkley for Hendy and something. And if I can upgrade Ridley or upgrade. Yeah, I'd upgrade Ridley. Trade Barkley and Ridley for Hampton, for Hendy and something, for Genty straight up, for Bucky, and maybe you can upgrade Ridley slightly or something like that. I'm definitely interested in trading Barkley. Now, if you love Barkley, you don't want to trade Barkley. If you're like, why the hell would I trade Barkley? Then that just means you don't think he'll get injured, and that's fine. Past that, there's not much to do here unless you're trading like Ridley and Scattaboo later, or Ridley and maybe MHJ for one slightly better wide receiver, or Ridley and Hampton to go get a Genty or a Bucky, and that's really all there is to say about that. It's a good squad. Like the team a lot. There's not much you can do here. Keep starters, Strange, or drop him for Arroyo. I'd probably say give me Arroyo for the upside. I think he's got tremendous appeal, but it's hard to say. I mean, anything can happen, and Arroyo could be shelved and not be a starter for a while. It's really hard to say. He's kind of in teeter-tottering there. Let's see here. My team, 12 Knicks, Barkley, Achane, Hampton. I think I just read that one. It's definitely a good squad, though. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. Daniel with the super chat. Daniel, appreciate you bringing this 12-team question to me. Kyler, Gibbs, Harvey, London, Garrett Wilson, Worthy, Hunter, Bowers. Love the squad. Benson and Ollie are going to be somebody that you're going to potentially trade later. Charbonnet, Tesla, all gaining value. Gibbs and Harvey, London, Kyler, Garrett Wilson, Worthy. I'm probably just sitting on this team, Daniel. There's not a lot. You're selling low on everybody. They're all good, though. I don't want you to think I mean that in a bad way. It's just they're all got to prove themselves except for Gibbs, and I don't want to trade Gibbs. So Harvey, London, Garrett Wilson, all undervalued. Bowers is not undervalued, but I'm not trading him. And you're also waiting on Benson and Ollie and Sharps. You know what I mean? So waiting anyway is probably a good idea. But love that squad. I'd say it's easily like a 7.9 to 8.0 out of 10. Almost don't even need to do anything but just wait and let it ferment. Smitty, appreciate your work. I need help with a wide receiver. I have London and JJ and Ibuka and Thornton. Guy offering Coleman and Downs or Ridley. Downs for Ollie. Absolutely not. Oh, Ollie for Ollie and Ibuka? Guy is offering... Wait, what? Are you getting offering Coleman and Downs or Ridley, Downs for Ollie, Buka? I mean, first of all, I don't. If you're getting Ollie, Buka, you take it. I wouldn't trade Ollie or Buka for all of that. So the fact that you're getting both would be insane. So 100% what I'm all about, bro. Go get that. Do it live. Do it now. Thank you for the super chat. Rate my team. Allen, Bajan, Henry, Pickens, Buka, Tyler Warren, Pacheco. Woo! Ollie, like the team. Trading Henry though. Allen, Bajan, Pickens, Buka, love it. Tyler Warren. I'm trading Henry for Genty. I'm trading Henry for Bucky and something. I'm trading Henry for Hendy and something. And, there's definitely a world where you're going to get something nice back, but I'm trading and I'm doing that near immediately. Love the squad. Harvey, this one's very similar. I was wondering if this was the same question. Hurts, Achane, Hendy, Harvey, Nico, Hunter, Buka, Shipley, Kirk, very similar. Some of these teams. Hurts, Achane, Hendy. I like this squad a lot. I'm not moving anything. I love everything about it. Maybe not the bench, but I love the starters. I'm not moving a thing. That's fantastic. 8.0 minimum for that squad. 8.0 minimum for that squad. That is a great one. It's a great one, bro. Did a great job. Young says JD5, Achane, Hendy, Harvey, Ollie, MHJ, JSN, Pearsall, Ferguson. Nice, bro. Love the squad. Not really moving anything there, too, unless I'm taking Pearsall, upgrading MHJ or JSN with just Pearsall. Past that, I'm just standing down. This is a potential, please rate any of my moves I should make. Nix, Genty, Hendy, Hampton, Sharps, Tootin, Gordon, Nico, Worthy, Buka. I think I just said this one, right? Pearsall and Worthy, Pearsall and Worthy, I would try and combine Pickens and Pearsall, Worthy and Pearsall to potentially upgrade. Absolutely. That's the only thing I'm looking to do with that squad, though. Like the rest of it. It's very, very good. And then this here, right here, 10-man PPR. Please rate my team. Nix, Chuba, Pollard, Ollie, JCM, Harvey, Chase, London, Golden, McConkey. Need some advice. I would probably say Chuba, Pollard. I want to get out of that. I like Chuba, but JCM and Chuba for one better player. I love Harvey. Chase, is that Chase? Jamar Chase, London. Like this team a lot. It's a really, really good squad with McConkey, Chase, and London. But I'm trying to trade Golden, trying to trade Jennings, trying to trade Pollard, trying to trade Chuba, trying to trade JCM. You just might have to wait. But JCM and Chuba for a slight running back upgrade like Kyren, or I'm trying to get you into a Bucky or a Achane. Achane being injured and banged up right now. I wonder if you could trade Pollard, Chuba, and even like a Golden or something like that. Would I trade McConkey and Chuba or McConkey and Pollard for a better monster Bucky? I probably would. Bucky or obviously Genty or Achane would be probably my player of choice for your squad. Appreciate you very much. Forgot to add Warren to my team. Thanks, Smitty. Okay, I'll get your question right here. Warren goes to this squad as well right here. 12-team PPR, JD5, Genty, Hendy, BTJ, Hunter, Worthy, and then Warren. Love it. Love the team. BTJ and Hunter on the same team. Yeah, you're fine with that. Don't worry about it. The way that they're going to score, bro, is going to be all over the field. Running plays for Hunter when BTJ is going crazy. Genty and Hendy's phenomenal. I love JD5. Gordon's going to be a meal ticket for you later. BTJ, don't make a move. Don't make a move. Maybe Worthy and like Sampson, or Worthy and Gordon eventually for one better wide receiver. That's it. And if you can do that now, go to the Achane owner, dangle Gordon over his head and say, give me London for Worthy and I'll give you Gordon. And even that, I would maybe just like wonder if I should even do it, because it's such a lucrative proposition to have Ollie Gordon on your roster. He's just that good, bro. He's just that good. These super chats here, these are the final 4 super chats. If I missed your super chat and you know that I didn't answer it, and you didn't take a potty break, let me know and I will go search for it and let me know in the chat. Put a bunch of like exclamation point emojis or something, or I won't see it. So these are the only 4 that I have left. So if I missed yours, please let me know. We have over 2,000 messages in this live stream, and we're 3 hours and 8 minutes in, and I've been doing almost 2 hours and 45 minutes of straight answering questions. So I'm trying my best, and if I missed anybody, I'm very, very sorry. I'll go look for it. 12-team Purdy, Genty, Hampton, London, Adams, Metcalf. Like the squad, JCM, Buka, Pearsall. Trading Pearsall and JCM. trading Metcalf and JCM, Metcalf and Parasol, trying to get just that one extra player, not moving anything else. Maybe use those same players to upgrade Purdy. That would be the only move to make for that team. Amon-Ra for Adams and Breece Hall. Amon-Ra for Adams and Breece Hall. If you need the depth, Adams and Breece Hall is pretty good for Amon-Ra. I won't lie. I do like Amon-Ra a little bit more in a vacuum, but if you need the depth, it's understandable and it's a pretty solid move. This here, $10 hauler from Steven. Full PPR, QBs, JD5 and Fields, Genty, Hampton, Pollard, Ollie. Trading Pollard and DJ Moore for one better player. I don't know. It could be running back or wide receiver. And what kind of player could you get? Possible you could get a Harvey. Possible you could get a potential Ibuka. I doubt it. Debo maybe. Debo would be a good move for me. Personally, I like Debo over DJ Moore. If you like DJ Moore over Debo, don't do it. Ibuka would be fantastic. JSN would be another good move. Let's see. I did get to this. Got to your Aaron Jones Moore for Daniels and Evans. I didn't understand that. Why that would even be a question, that DJ Moore or that Jaden Daniels question. GLV says 14 team standard. I've Goff, Chase Brown, Connor, Nico, Ladd, Aaron Jones, DJ Moore, Hawkinson, Mixon. Tough to say on this one, bro. I just don't understand this. QB offer Aaron Jones and DJ Moore for Jaden Daniels. Why on earth would you even consider that? Or you're sending that offer? Okay, so you're offering that. Okay, I see. The other question, I thought you were saying the other way. Why? But why would he do that? This is not even giving him anything. Like it's getting greedy there. DJ Moore and Aaron Jones. Try it though. I mean, you never know. Try it. I'd trade Connor. I'd trade, honestly, it's to get Jaden Daniels, you're going to need to give up like Ladd McConkey and Aaron Jones and DJ Moore or something. But try Hawkinson. Go tight end shopping on the waiver wire. Hawkinson and Connor and DJ Moore or something like that. You got to pay the price for JD5. JD5 is going to cost a ton. But I've certainly, if you're feeling like you can definitely go get him, bro. If JD5's out there for the taking and this guy's giving them away, the last thing you want to do is let someone else do it, and you're like, damn, why didn't I offer? So don't listen to me and say, oh, Smitty doesn't think it's possible. Go try it. You missed the drop Hollywood for Ollie question. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, bro, Ollie's a league winner. Like, you got to hold on to Hollywood Brown for a league winner. Ollie's a supernova. Of course you're going to do that move. Anybody leaving Ollie Gordon on waivers right now is not listening. Not listening. And Yogi, I'm not mad at you. I'm just trying to make sure people understand. If you're asking me, should I get Ollie Gordon? You're not listening. And yes, you should get him, smash it, do it live. Rate my squad. JD5, Keeper, Hall, Hendy, Puka, Neighbors, JSN. Love the squad. Harvey on the bench, Sharps. Eventually you're trading. You could trade Debo now. Debo and Hall right now for one slightly better Bucky or Achane. Do that live. Do it now. JSN and Debo potentially for one slightly better wide receiver like London. Gordon eventually. Sharps could also get you in that kind of situation. Thank you for the super chat. Penix, London, May, MHJ, Hunter, Buka, Debo, Bucky, Hendy. Love this team. Gordon's going to get you in a good spot. Tyler Warren's amazing. I had my last pick. Any moves you'd make. I'd like you to upgrade quarterback if at all possible. The fact that you got such good wide receivers, you could afford to give up an MHJ or a Debo, for a huge quarterback upgrade. Past that, I love your squad. I think I'm kind of holding firm. On that, but I'm trying to get that quarterback upgrade for sure. That's the only thing I'm working on. And you got the wide receiver surplus to do it. 12 team auction, 2 flex, Fields, Swift, Monty, CD, JJ, Warren, Sutton, Ford, bench, Rashee Rice, overspent on wide receivers, light at running back. How do I get bad hole that I'm in? Yeah, I mean, damn, man. CD, JJ. All you got to do is trade JJ for London or BTJ and get a running back, or throw in a running back and upgrade the running back like Mason, for example, or Swift. So JJ for London or BTJ, you giving Swift or Monty and them giving you a freaking Hendy or Hampton or something like that. That's how you fix that team. And it's pretty easy to fix it, honestly. Like, that's not that hard of a move to make because JJ's so easy to trade for. But you got to do a great 2 for 2. Or you just get a free, Harvey with a freaking BTJ, and then you're doing that trade. 12-team, try Harvey, the Harvey owner, the Hampton owner, the Hendy owner, the Kyren owner, even the Breece Hall owner, something, you look at it. Do it live. Please give us an excited do it live now. Do it live. How about this? How about we do this? Do this live.
Let him cook.
What am I, a party trick? Jump up and down, rub your belly and tap your head, Smitty. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Carlos with a $10 hauler. Smitty, love the show. Rate my team. Love wide receiver Ladd, Tet McMillan, Bijan, Kyren, Sanders, Breece, Benches, Penix Jr., Pearsall. Sharps is your meal ticket. Benson's your meal ticket. Pearsall's your meal ticket. So you're trying to move those players to maybe upgrade Jordan Love or to upgrade potentially Tet McMillan, honestly. So you're just going to have to wait. There's nothing here to really move. I don't want you moving Kyren or Bijan, and you can't really sell Ladd high. You can't really sell Tet too high right now. You're waiting for Sharps or Pearsall. Actually, Pearsall you could. Pearsall and Love for a quarterback upgrade. Pearsall and Tet for a tiny Tet wide receiver upgrade. If you love Tet and you don't want to trade Tet, I don't mind you just keeping him and just waiting. Smitty, tap your belly and tap your head for a $20 hauler. 12-team PPR, my Chase and Gibbs plus Knicks. Chase for Gibbs plus Knicks. Need a running back and a quarterback. In a 1 QB, this is tough to do, bro. Not to do in a 1 QB, even if you need a quarterback. Look, Gibbs and Chase, you could argue neck and neck. So go ahead. If you need the quarterback, take Bo Nix and take Gibbs. It's fine. It's fine. My other wide receivers are Evan Sutton. The only problem is, your wide receivers, you kind of got like a hole in one side of the boat no matter what you do. Sutton, Rice. But you look, I like Evans, and I probably try and trade Sutton and Evans for one monster and roll with Hunter, Rice, Olave. Maybe you're picking up a wide receiver, but like Evans and Sutton after you do this trade for like a Neighbors or something, I would, that would be an insane move. But definitely do that trade. Smitty, do the head spin, dude. All right, super chats are done. Rockout needs his message played. This is Rockout. It's probably going to be, I imagine, a rap of some sort. Let's hear Rockout do it live. Rockout, appreciate you. Let's hear it. Oh. Let me see if I gotta maybe do this. All right, Rockout's music debut right here. Appreciate you. Here it is. Let me rewind it.
Tennessee show, treat it where we gotta go, hit the road, coming back. This is the way we've been cooling, spit it. We've been going to score in the game. This is the way we've been cooling, score touchdown. We celebrate, body ground. Here we go, get confetti. This is crazy game. This is Kelly, chase a game. Fantasy football show. That's how we get it on now. That is
Rockout doing it live. Rockout, appreciate you.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
Yep.
Rockout doing it live. Where's my? What screen was I on? Was I on this one right here? Yeah. Okay. We're back on the regular mic. Okay, we are out of here. I'm gonna try and come back. It's almost already midnight though. May or may not be back for the Graveyard Show. I think I'm gonna try. It just might be a little later. I can't come back in 20 minutes at midnight Eastern. It might be kind of a later show. If everybody can make it at 1 a.m. Eastern, 1:30 a.m. Eastern, I might still come back. So if everybody's thinking, that's a possibility for them to be around, I might swing back around. Appreciate you all, guys. You're amazing. Thank you so much for the super chats. Did I miss anybody's super chat? Can I please get a real quick, put a bunch of like question mark red, those emoji question marks around Smitty, you missed my super chat. If I actually missed your super chat, don't say I did and I didn't, or don't say you had one when you didn't, because I'm going to go look for the super chat. But I do need real quickly to know if I missed anybody's. I do not want to leave anybody hanging. Appreciate everybody that dropped a super chat. You guys absolutely rock. You're amazing. You're amazing. Thank you for all my $20 super chats. I can't thank you enough. $20 super chats from Sam. Thank you for the let's see here. 5, appreciate your super chat. RS, Sloppy Joe, John Clary, 808, appreciate yours. West Sider, appreciate yours. 33 Done, appreciate you. Master G, appreciate you. George 21, Toxic, appreciate you. And then Pete 1029, appreciate your super chats. Then we had the other 1999 haulers from Sports, appreciate you. Sports Talk, 5636, appreciate you. DJ CXLI, appreciate you. Kevin Williams, appreciate you. Matumbo, ASVP, appreciate your $20 hauler. DTX, Joseph, Nelson, appreciate you. Angel 9.0, appreciate you. Shelly, Siobhan, DJ, and Slick Rick, appreciate your super chats. We had the $49 hauler from let's see here. Was it $50 hauler? $50 hauler from Wild Bill from Russian Collusion. Can't thank you both enough, Collusion and Wild Bill. We had the $100 hauler, the 99.999 from DJ dropping the wad. Did we have any celebratory messages from anybody? Let me see if we did. Celebratory messages. We did. Would you drop Amari Cooper for Nick Chubb? I would probably, I don't know. Neither one of those guys. D-Hop, no thanks on all of them. There's got to be something else. Killing the offseason. Thank you, IP. Dynasty Hall, Golden for Harvey. I already said I'd like the Harvey side. Wild Bill, appreciate you. Second flex, would you start Harvey or Debo? I'd start Debo for now, Wild Bill. Appreciate your celebratory message. Bucky or Chase Brown in round 2, Bucky. But I love both of them. Smitty, happy to be back for a 3rd season. Thank you. Durf, appreciate you. And then Young, which is that I already mentioned. And then gifted memberships. Did we have any gifted memberships? I don't think we did have any gifted memberships on this particular stream. And then one final super chat on the way out the door. Vino says I missed his. Vino super chat. 14 team. Full PPR. Which 2 should I start? Week 1. Hendy, Harvey, Sharps, Mason, my own guy. I did answer this. You're lying through your teeth, Vinny. You must have took a potty break, because I answered this when I remember it. We're going with Hendy for sure. And then it really comes down to the news for Harvey and Sharps. I'd probably lean Harvey right now until we get some sort of massive, amazing news. And I don't think anybody's dropping any red. So Vino's the only one that dropped the red question mark emoji. If you just dropped the normal question mark, you didn't listen to me, because I can't identify through all the chats, just a regular question mark. So if you didn't use the question mark red emoji, like I asked you to, then you're probably not going to get your super chat answered if I missed it, because I won't know that I missed it. Forgot to say I forgot McBride on my team. Well, Trevor, I don't know what your team is anymore because it's gone, but you add McBride to any team and it goes straight to the mother freaking moon, my boy. Straight to Jupiter. So
to Jupiter.
So whatever it was, your team just got a whole lot better, my dog. Whole lot better. Thank you for the super chat. And this final super chat of the night from Danny. Danny says 10. Trevor, I see your question marks. I'll go look for it real quickly. Anybody else didn't use the red question mark saying I missed your emoji, the red emoji question mark? I won't see it. So that's why I'm asking for the red question mark emoji specifically, not a regular question mark. 10 standard. Neighbors, Bucky, Higgins, Hendy, Harvey, Kittle, Nix, Hunter, Sharps, Gordon, Olave, Benson, Nanks, new member. Appreciate you being here. Love the squad. I mean, honestly, I'm trading Higgins if I can. Higgins and probably eventually trading Higgins and Sharps. Higgins and Harvey, I would look to see what that could do, but I don't really want you trading Harvey, to be honest. But Kittle is a good sell high if you could go get my trade of choice for people with Kittle is to go get Tyler Warren. And in that, you can get a massive upgrade. So go to the Tyler Warren owner, because I think he could be as good as Kittle. And you trade Kittle for Tyler Warren and you say, upgrade my Higgins. And what can you get for that? And if not that, I would consider Evan Ingram. You have Bo Nix. That would be fun anyway. And I don't know if you got a backup tight end somewhere. Past that, this team, unless you're trading Higgins for like a Bo Nix upgrade or Higgins and Sharps early or Higgins and Olave because someone's willing to pay the price or Higgins and Gordon early, which I don't think you're going to trade Sharps or Gordon early without them gaining their value. Higgins isn't going to be that movable right yet because I don't want you trading Bucky, Neighbors, Hendy, or Harvey. So you're just waiting on Sharps and Gordon to get such good value that you could couple it with Higgins and go get a London. And that might seem not doable now, but just wait till Ollie, Gordon, and Sharps gain their value because it's going to be off the hook. Trevor with the super chat. He says that I forgot to say McBride. Trevor, is that what you were saying? Trevor. I think I got to your super chat here. 10-man PPR rank, please. Nix, Chuba, Pollard, Ollie, JCM, Harvey, Chase, London, Golden, McBride on this as well. McConkey. Love the squad. McConkey. Yeah, I did do this team. Yeah, that's a great squad. JCM to upgrade Nix if possible. JCM to upgrade Chuba if possible. Golden to upgrade Chuba if possible. Pollard and Chuba for one player. And you risk the biscuit with Ollie Gordon. Do you have Ollie Gordon? Didn't you have Ollie? Yeah, I have Ollie. So Chuba and Pollard for like a Kyren or a Bucky or an Achane who's injured and everybody's worried. And Achane and Ollie, kind of risky to start both of them, bro, but I kind of like it. I like it over Chuba and Pollard. So I'm definitely doing that. And Danny, thanks again for the super chat. Appreciate you. Good luck with Gordon and Sharps. They will gain value. You're going to be happy with what you can get later on. Everybody just hold your Charbonnet and Ollie Gordon value for the most part. Let it ferment. Let it double. Let it cultivate on the bench. I will see you all tonight, most likely.
There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon men, but only 8 can be supernovas.
Real quickly, go on over to the Patreon now. I'm going to drop the link for the Patreon. The link's in the description of the video. The link's in the description of every video. Go smash it. There's the link right there. Don't forget my thefantasyfootballshow.com. Year-round bowl predictions, trade calculators, rankings, the ad drops, the buy low, sell highs. That link is right there. And then if we do come back to draft on Underdog, promo code Smitty, you're going to want to click this link right here and get signed up so that you can draft with us tonight. Underdog, promo code Smitty. Appreciate you all. See you all later tonight. Deuce. Ricky trying to slip one in at the end here. Ricky with a $5 hauler says 10-man PPR Kyler, Chase Brown, Achane, Bucky, BTJ, Worthy, Ibuka, Bauer, Sharps, OG3, Ollie Gordon for those that don't know. Pearsall, Rice, Tyler Warren. Love the team. 8.0. I would say Chase Brown, Achane, Bucky, BTJ, Worthy, Ibuka, Bowers. I'd say 8.0 easy. Yeah. And if you later on move Sharps or Pearsall, even though you have Rice, like moving like Sharps and Worthy for like a London or a BTJ, which will be doable later, you're going to go to the moon. 8.5 territory. It's a great squad. You can maybe try and move now Pearsall to upgrade Kyler slightly. All right, see you all later. Appreciate you. 3.5 hour live stream of the books. Deuce.